ABC Sports presents NCAA College Football. The number 1 Trojans hosting the number 2 Sooners, USC and Oklahoma. And this young man's name is Marcus Allen, tailback, Southern California. In 2 games, number 33 has carried the football 62 times, gaining 484 yards. The prime weapon for the Trojans. The prime target for the Oklahoma Sooners. As numbers 1 and 2 meet today in the Los Angeles Coliseum. The Southern California area has had a rather blistering summer, but right on schedule, autumn has arrived, and today's football game between USC and Oklahoma will be played in very comfortable weather in the Coliseum. The last time the Sooners and Trojans played here in this big arena, it was a 7-7 tie, the game drawing some 84,000. The crowd may be bigger today. Oklahoma, ranked number 2 in the nation, has played 1 ball game, beating Wyoming 37-20. USC, ranked number 1, has won twice over Tennessee and Indiana. And this ABC Sports Exclusive today is brought to you by Chevrolet, who invites you to see all the good things for 1982 at your local Chevy dealers. Chevy makes good things happen. By the Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. And by Goodyear, makers of Arriva. Even its footprint tells you it's different. Hello again, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson, and welcome to Southern California. You know, this is the 2nd straight week now. We have seen a team come into a ball game ranked number 1. And number 1 has not been a very secure position so far. In the preseason, it was Michigan. The Wolverines lost their opener. Last week, it was Notre Dame. Michigan beat them. This week, it's Southern California being challenged by number 2 Oklahoma. This is the rather rare instance where we have 1 and 2 squaring off. The last time we saw it was in the 1979 Sugar Bowl game when Penn State came in number 1, Alabama number 2, and Alabama won the ball game. Some coaches say being number 1 this time of the year doesn't mean a thing. Well, the 2 coaches involved today, USC's John Robinson and Barry Switzer, they like being number 1. The players like it. The universities like it. So we could have a memorable contest this afternoon here in Los Angeles as the Trojans try to keep number 1 and the Sooners try to take it away from them. As I mentioned, the weather is very comfortable. They will play on real grass this afternoon. It's been rolled and packed and cut, and the old Coliseum turf I don't think has ever looked better than it does today. And here come the Sooners into the stadium, and some 20,000 Oklahomans are going to rise up and yell. But they may be almost lost in this crowd of some 85,000, and the people are still coming in. Oklahoma under Barry Switzer, 84-9-2 in his 9th season at Norman. They've been ranked in the top 10 for 10 straight years, which is an incredible record. The Sooners, as you can see, will be wearing white today. Southern California not ready to come out of the locker room. So let us turn now to our analyst for today's ball game, Coach Frank Broyles. Frank, these are 2 remarkably successful football programs, remarkably successful coaches, yet they go at it so differently.
They sure do, Keith, but I think that's what makes college football so unique. In doing these games from week to week, I'm so impressed with the fact that we see different offenses and different defenses. In college football, there's no script. Nothing is predictable, and I think that's what makes our game so great. But today we have 2 teams, as you mentioned, that are totally different in concept. It fascinates me because I, as a coach, and during my time, they were the 2 most feared football teams offensively in America, Southern Cal and California, and they do things as dissimilar as you could possibly be. Let me explain. Southern Cal takes the position that they need the threat of a run or pass on every down, anywhere on the field, and therefore they select their quarterback, Keith, for his passing ability only, and he works on passing. I believe here comes the Southern Cal football team.
Now coming down out of the tunnel and getting ready to run across the field to their bench. So watch them, and let me tell you about John Robinson, now in his 6th season with a record of 52-8-2. They have been ranked in the top 10 over the last decade 6 times. So both these programs reflect consistent quality. Back to you.
And I want to correct, I said Southern Cal and California. I meant Oklahoma, of course, with their great wishbone attack. And they believe first in running, second, third, and fourth in running. Therefore, they select their quarterback for his running ability, and he spends all of his time, most of his time on the practice field, running the football. And the chief concern for Barry Switzer today, Keith, as you and I both know, and every football fan knows, is can they keep from fumbling the football? The built-in risk with the wishbone and the precision it takes to operate the triple option. So the team that doesn't self-destruct, leave it on the ground, or throw for interceptions is a team that's most likely to win today.
The last time these two teams played was 1973 here. The young man who was the quarterback of that Sooner team, Steve Davis, scored from 2 yards out to bring Oklahoma from behind at a 7-7 tie. Let's go down now on the field, the floor of the Coliseum, and join Steve Davis.
Steve, I'm glad I'm down here on the bench in a yellow coat rather than a red jersey. Barry Switzer in the dressing room just a few minutes ago said that the real key in the football game is not a tandem of sophomore rookie quarterbacks, but it's 2 sophomore defensive tackles, Bob Slater, number 68, and Rick Bryan, number 80. They're key because they've got to go against the massive offensive line of USC. Barry Switzer says he also wants to lose the toss, give USC the ball. Let's go, Keith.
He wants to give you. I don't believe him. I think he must have had his tongue in his cheek when he said that. Well, all the ingredients are at hand. Let's stir them up and see what happens. Well, Southern California will have the football. Oklahoma will kick it off. Michael Keeling, the man that does the kicking for Oklahoma. And the 2 deep people here. Number 23 at the top is Todd Spencer. He's a sophomore from Berkeley. And Fred Crutcher is the backup tailback, number 49 on the right side of your picture there. He is a 190-pound freshman out of Pasadena. And there's Michael, who is a junior out of Dallas, Texas. And Keeling kicks the ball barefooted. He'll be very comfortable here this afternoon as the temperature has reached into the low 80s. We're ready to play football in the Los Angeles Coliseum between Oklahoma and USC. Number 1 off the line. The game is underway. It is a short kick. It is Crutcher at the 3. To the 16 to 17. And there he's cut down by Jim Jones of Oklahoma. The Southern California backfield opens with John Mazur, left-hander. At quarterback, a sophomore. Bob McClanahan, a 205-pound junior. Marcus Allen, a 202-pound senior. Timmy White, flanker. He is 5'11", 185, and Jeff Simmons, 195. He's 6'3". The Trojans come up for the first snap of the afternoon. Out of the I formation. It goes to the tailback, and he bangs it to the 20 for 3 yards. Might have stuck his head across the 20 to the 21. Don Mosbar, a tackle at 275. Bruce Matthews, a guard at 260 for SC. Tony Slayton, the center, at 230. Roy Foster, a guard, 265, a great one. Darrell Moore, a tackle at 260. And Fred Cornwell, the tight end, 6'5", 234. Making a 4-yard pickup, second down and 6 for Southern California. Marcus Allen starts it right, cuts it back, goes up close to the 24, and gets 3 more yards. Remember now, he's run for 484 yards in 2 ball games. Mike Riley, Bob Slater, Johnny Lewis, Rick Bryan, Steve Whaley up front, Tom Benson, Jackie Shipp, the linebackers for the Sooners. The secondary is Sonjay Hayworth, Lowell, and Green. You see the distance they need, about 2.5 yards on 3rd down. If they don't get it, they'll have to kick into a brisk wind. They go to Allen. Allen runs it up the middle, breaks it to the 30, goes to the 31. First down, Southern California. Now you can begin to understand, I think, as you look at this replay, why SC can move the ball with its muscle.
They have a tremendous offensive line, very strong, and you can see the hole open up right up the middle. Marcus Allen comes right through. He lowers his shoulder pads so he won't lose the ball, protects it, and makes the first down.
Now they come double wide to the left side. White and Simmons coming wide. On first down from their own 31.
Having fun so far.
It's Allen again. Bringing it to the right side. California first down. Drain brought him down, the sophomore out of Miami. But it's Foster, the pulling guard, that really opened the door for him.
From the end zone, watch the block and pull. Watch Foster, number 60, right offensive guard, pull. He's checking the linebacker, but he clears the path on the defensive end, Riley, opening up the crease. Good running, good vision by Marcus Allen, one of the great running backs in America today.
Tight end did a pretty good job, too, didn't he?
Yes, Keith, he's the key blocker, really. He must contain the tight end, defensive end from crossing the line.
First down on the 42 for Southern California. It is Crutcher, the tailback, the young freshman from Pasadena, spinning for about 3. And listen to this. Nolan Ryan has become the first man in baseball history to pitch 5 career no-hitters. He beat the Dodgers today 5-0. So way to go, Nolan. What a great pitcher he's been.
He's one of my favorite baseball players. That remarkable fastball.
Crutcher got 4, second down and 6 for Southern California. The ball is up on the 46. Trojans started on the 17, and whistle stops them. Time may have expired on them. In the Pacific 10 Conference, like several other conferences around the country now, you have the 25-second clocks that are set up at the end of the field, much like you have in basketball, but it's a procedure call instead against USC. The referee is John Presley, and it is a mixed crew. Bob Holliday, the umpire, out of the Big 8. You see there. Highsmith, Ray High is out of the Pac-10. John MacArthur out of the Big 8. Lee Cook out of the Pac-10, and Dan Upson out of the Big 8.
Ball fouled. Movement prior to the snap. Offense. It's still second down.
It's amazing how many times, Keith, we've seen that this year, where the offense, a little bit anxious, jumps. One of the interior linemen jumps. It's an automatic dead ball. 5-yard penalty.
John Kamana is the wide man now, number 26. Generally, he'll go in motion. He's a big guy, 6'3", 220. There he is. Second down and 12. It goes to Marcus Allen, back in at tailback. Allen cuts up for about 3.5. As the Sooner defense is able to come across and get him. Now, in looking at the pictures of Oklahoma's play in the opening game against Wyoming, the Sooners' defensive unit did not penetrate all that much. As a result, Wyoming gave them a tough ball game and scored 20 points on them. But this afternoon, Frank, they have to penetrate.
They certainly do. Barry Switzer told me he had some loose ends to really bring together after the first ball game.
Timmy White, number 6, comes wee wide to the left now. It is third down and 8 from the 44 of Southern California, and John Mazur back to throw his first pass. Goes to the sidelines. It is caught, but it is short of the first down. Marcus Allen, the tailback, out of the backfield, made the catch, but Marcus had no opportunity to turn upfield, so they'll be looking at 4th and short.
Let's talk just a minute about John Mazur, the sophomore quarterback. John Robinson, the football coach at Southern Cal, feels he's got all the tools to be another great one. They have nursed him along, as we say in coaching, giving him just some short passes to throw, building confidence. On that time, they didn't make the first down.
Dave Pryor will do the kicking, and Oklahoma sends Darrell Sonji back. He's a junior out of New Orleans. Elbert Watts back in there as well. Watts is now the deep man, number 17. Pryor hangs it up in the bright sky. It's over the head of the Oklahoma man, slapped back by a USC man, then dribbles across the goal line, and the Sooners will have the football. First down at the 20. It was a 49-yard punt, and Oklahoma almost got that ball on the 1-yard line. Kelly Phelps is going to open at quarterback, the junior out of Oklahoma City. Stanley Wilson is from Carson, California. Buster Rhymes is from Miami, Florida. Chet Winters, number 40, comes from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Bobby Grayson is from Beggs, Oklahoma. And we'll give you the big guys up front after the first snap. Here are the Sooners ready for their first possession of the afternoon. First down at their own 20. No score in the ball game. Phelps turns around and gives the ball to Wilson. And Wilson hits with authority over the left side on a quick opener for almost 9 yards.
Stanley Wilson, number 32, right up the middle. That's what Oklahoma says, that they've got to establish first. Right up the middle, it's a wide open area, and Stanley Wilson can explode through the line of scrimmage. Watch keep his legs going, and then he breaks the first tackle.
Chip Banks had to come across and help make the tackle. First man couldn't hold it, Marv Williams. So it's second down and 1 for the Sooners, and they give it to the second man, Buster Rhymes, and Rhymes slashing over the right side, crosses the 40 to the 41. First down, Oklahoma, and here are the big guys who make it go. Ed Culver, 260, tackle. Terry Crouch, 275, guard. Bill Bechtel, 245 at center. Don Key weighs 246 at guard. Lyndall Byford, 6'5", 270, and Jeff Williams, the tight end, 6'1", 221. First down, Sooners at the 41, fumble, and Phelps has to cover it. So the Sooners lay it on the ground for the first time, but there's so many things going on in that backfield, it's easy. Edwards, Achika, Ussery, the down lineman with the backers, Darby, Sullivan, Banks, and Curley for Southern California. Here's where the Trojans are a little tender. Browner, Turner, West, and Williams in the secondary. Browner, the most experienced of the group. They lost some great players out of that secondary from last year. It'll be second down and 14. Phelps puts it in the air. It is incomplete, intended for Jim Ackford.
In talking to John Robinson about defending the wishbone, something he hasn't played against since '78 against Alabama, he has tried to instill in his football team not to panic. He expects Oklahoma to make some yardage early, Keith, and he's told his team, just we'll learn and adjust as the game goes along.
Jim Rockford had room, but the ball went right through his fingers. And it is third down and 14 as Kelly Phelps rolls the other way, throws up the middle, gets his man, and he's got a first down. As he moves the football to the Southern California 43, this time it's Bobby Grayson, number 12.
Most of the time against the wishbone, the wide receiver, the only flanker in the wishbone attack, is covered man for man or 1-on-1. It's just a matter of throwing and catching. They spot it to the Oklahoma team, and they took advantage of it for a critical first down.
Mark it white on the Southern California 43. So the Sooners in white pick up 19 and the first. Break the bone this time. And give it over to the first man, the fullback, Stanley Wilson. Wedges on down inside the 40 to about the 39. George Achika, the middleman, got a hold of him. Achika is 6'5", 255, a junior.
Achika, number 78, has started since his freshman years. Watch him just whip the center and move right over and tackle Wilson for a short gain. He's strong, he's quick, and he's one of the finest football players all conference last year.
Still got almost 4 yards, though. There's your first option. Phelps keeps it, turns the corner. Feet taken from under him at about the 32. Brought down by Marv Williams, a junior from Montebello, California.
We've said many, many times when you defend the wishbone, the free safety must make tackles close to the line of scrimmage. Marv Williams was slow coming up.
Purdue has defeated Notre Dame with a late rally, 15-14. Last I heard, it was 14-7. They went for two and apparently got it in the fourth quarter. Penn State is leading Nebraska by 6. That one might be a thrilling finish as well as Phelps turns and he gives the ball to Winters. And Chet Winters is loose. And first down at the Southern California 14.
Once again, Oklahoma moved over an unbalanced line, meaning they put 4 men to the left side of the center, leaving only 2. You can see the short side is to the bottom of your screen, and the inside teleplay where they faked to the fullback, drew a crowd, and Winters went right through the block from the tight end for a nice gain and another first down.
And Southern California now has called timeout as the Sooners are on the march from their 20. No score in the ball game with 7:37 to play in the first quarter. Football in Los Angeles. All kinds of things going on again this Saturday in college football. Surprises, UCLA was defeated today by Iowa. Out of the wishbone, Oklahoma, first down. Phelps gives the ball off to Wilson. And the fullback is too close to the 11. Picked up 3.
One thing about the wishbone is they have a great goal line offense because that's what they use all over the field. All the running backs in tight, used as blockers or fakers, which gives them a decided advantage when they get close to the opponent's goal line.
Goal line defense in now. John Harvey, big guy, comes in. Williams comes out. Barry Switzer there. Second down. Phelps keeps the ball, gets outside, turns it, and touchdown, Oklahoma.
back would run the ball. We meant it. He is actually a 4.5 in the 40, as fast as any back in the backfield. He used it to great advantage behind the block of Grimes, the tailback, left halfback, blocking the linebacker. Grayson, number 12, blocking the cornerback. Touchdown.
The extra point try by Keeling is up, and it is good. We have exactly 7 minutes to play in the first quarter, and the Oklahoma Sooners go 80 yards and take the lead.
The membership of the National Federation of State High School Associations coordinates interscholastic activity programs for approximately 20,000 schools. Millions of boys and girls are educated by these programs, which range from football to forensics.
The Goodyear Blimp Columbia out of Carson, California, with Captain Tom Mattis. He's out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And you know what? We have a lady there manning our camera. Harriet Hughes. Here's the kick. Bouncing. Look out. Mistake by Spencer. Sooners will wrap him up inside the 10. Those kind of mistakes that can haunt you in the fourth quarter. Very careless.
Well, the receiving back could pick that ball up very easily, right in his hands. He took his eyes off of it. Spencer, number 23, he's lucky to get back as far as he did. First he runs into his own play, and then he retreats back to the 5-yard line. Now he's trying to get back, and he gets back to the 7. One thing the Southern Cal's got to be very careful about, not gambling when they have lost the momentum. Take things very slowly and carefully right now. There's the beautiful drive, Oklahoma, 80 yards.
Sooners leading 7-0. Allen standing just near the goal line. Marcus turns it up, gets some pretty good blocking. And that football might have come loose. He didn't have a firm grip on it, but he got it down on the ground all right. So he gets it up to about the 12 and almost lost the ball.
John Robinson told me about this young man, Marcus Allen, that he is one of the most improved football players from last year to this year, remembering that he rushed over 1,500 yards last fall.
Penn State beat Nebraska today at Lincoln by 6, 30-24. Joe Paterno's Nittany Lions, one of the best in the country. They thought they were going to be pretty good. It's second down and about 4. Allen again. This time the Sooners get him at the 15. And the man coming across to really lock his leg was Slater, defensive tackle.
I think we must keep in mind that Marcus Allen has carried the ball 35 times a game last year, 31 this year. He's the key to moving the ball out of this danger territory.
He's gained 38 yards so far on 7 carries. Sooners are leading 7-0. First quarter of play. It's third down and 3. Allen again. This time nothing doing. Number 80 came storming in. Rick Bryan, the sophomore from Broken Arrow, took the legs from under Allen, and now Oklahoma should get good field position with the ball.
I think Rick Brown, number 80, who made the great play, is a real story. He was recruited as a tight end, but Barry saw his intensity, his quickness, and said he's going to be another one of the great defensive tackles for Oklahoma.
Elbert Watts, who is from Culver City, went to Venice High School before he enrolled at Oklahoma. A freshman is back. The kick is away, and not a particularly good kick, but it is away from Watts and drifting to the sidelines out of bounds. So the Sooners have the football. First down at their own 47.
I'm Jim Lampley in our studio in New York. As you already know, Purdue beat Notre Dame 15-14. Great story. The Boilermakers took it 80 yards against Notre Dame's defense in the closing seconds. The touchdown came on 4th down from the 7-yard line. Scott Campbell to Steve Bryant with 19 seconds to go in the game. Then Campbell hit Bryant again for the 2-pointer that won it. Now back to Keith Jackson.
Okay, Jim, and Oklahoma is hammering the ball from their 47 up to the 50. Stanley Wilson, the fullback, and he's brought down by an outside linebacker, Aaron Darby.
I'm sure when Southern Cal's defense went over to the bench, they gathered them up and said, hey, fellas, don't panic. We can get with it. We'll get better as the game goes along. That's their strategy.
Better stop him here, though.
Yes.
There's the ball loose. The second time they've laid it on the ground, but Phelps covered it. And he never had control coming off the snap. He was turning inside.
That's most unusual. 2 fumble snaps from the center. As many times as you take it in a ball game in practice, you would think it would be automatic, but twice in both series it's happened.
But they are so explosive. They are moving so fast.
Good point. They are.
Rockford now goes wide to the left side of the top of the picture. Phelps under pressure. Gives it away to Wilson. Wilson trying to get to the outside. Cuts it back. Penalty flag thrown. You may have a clip coming. Or it might be USC offside.
That's what it looked like, Keith. It looked like the defensive end had a stunt coming for the quarterback.
He almost got him.
And he disrupted the play, to say the least.
Could have been Keith Browner, who works at the outside linebacker position. He was the man that penetrated through there. And it is against Southern California. So that'll make up for that loose ball.
Now this puts Oklahoma back into a running situation. 3rd and 10 is sometimes a running situation, Keith, but definitely 3rd and 5 is, for Oklahoma, is pretty much a running down.
I tell you, sitting as far away from the field as we are, and trying to figure out who's got that football, the way Oklahoma handles it.
Offside, defense. It's still 3rd down.
It's hard to see anything but where the ball is going. You really have to hunt it.
The Wishbone has great thinking. Fools the defense as well as us, too.
All right, Grayson to the bottom of the picture. Phelps has still got it. He's got some room. And he's out of bounds down at the Southern California 36. That'll be an Oklahoma first down.
Very, very critical first down, too. We'll watch it there. Unbalanced line. 4 linemen to the right side. Fakes the fullback. But watch the block by Chet Winters. The right halfback, number 40, made a key block on the linebacker. And then Grayson, the flanker, is blocking downfield, allowing Phelps to break down for the first down.
You know, they're handling those outside people, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They've got an extra tackle in the ball game, and that's what allows them to do this.
Phelps still got it. To the 24 for another Oklahoma first down. Troy West, the junior out of West Covina, California, was just about the last man. Next Saturday, we'll have a doubleheader for you. The games will be chosen and will be announced early next week. So check your local listing for the games, and there'll be a bunch of them. Doubleheader.
Talking to L.C. Slocum, the defensive coach at Southern Cal, he had planned to bring his ends and make the quarterback pitch the ball. But the unbalanced line, 4 men on that side, is making them change their responsibility.
Thank you.
First down Sooners at the Southern California 24. Phelps drops back to throw. Drops it off. It is deflected and almost intercepted by Darby. If Byron gets it, he's gone.
This Oklahoma scout in the booth noticed, I'm sure, that the tight end, Cromwell, was downfield, Williams, was down in behind the safety, open for a touchdown.
Well, remember, Forrest Valora had a lot of success for Oklahoma at that tight end position.
In describing the Wishbone, remember, for you fans, that it's a possession-type offense with big play possibilities. 1 missed tackle results in a big play.
Second down and 10 from the SC 24. Wilson into the middle. Did he lose it? He was walloped, and he lost the ball, or did he? Let's hold on.
Yes.
Yes, he did. He really took a shot from a Chica. And it looked like Chip Banks might have come whistling in there, too, because he was rattled by 2 or 3 Trojans and just simply couldn't hold on to it.
Let's watch it again. 78, Chica, all conference, really an outstanding football player. He just strips the ball out with his right hand and pulls it down, allowing Southern Cal to stop the drive.
That's your first turnover of the ball game. And now Southern California will operate from the 21. That's the best field position they've had. Marcus Allen, the tailback, hit behind the line of scrimmage by Bob Slater. So Barry might have been worried about those 2 sophomore defensive tackles, but they've been terrific so far.
Keith, we've got a flag. I believe it's a face mask.
up the field, won't it? 2:46 to go in the first quarter. 15 yards. Personal foul. Here's the call.
Personal foul, late hit, defense, first down.
So Slater got his man, and somebody couldn't get stopped in time. Very often results in a late hit. The ball is moved out to the 35 of Southern California. Oklahoma leading 7-0. Mazur wants to put it up. He gets it off to the side. The pass is good to Kamana. And Kamana is out of bounds right at midfield for 15 yards and a USC first down.
Southern Cal selects their quarterback on the ability of throwing this pass, driving the ball to the receiver all the way on the sideline. If he can do this, according to John Robinson, he can play for him, and that was perfect execution for the first down.
Right at midfield. Out of bounds, stopping the clock at 2:30 to go, first quarter. Sooners lead 7-0 on an 80-yard drive. First time they had the ball. Marcus Allen steps back in the middle, and Southern California is operating now at the Oklahoma 46. And let's spend a moment with Steve Davis.
R.C. Slocum, the defensive coordinator for USC, has told his team all week long, wait, the first quarter's adjustment period. Oklahoma may score 21 points. If they do, wait, we'll be patient. We'll look at the blocking angles and what happens on the sidelines with Oklahoma, and we'll get some confidence. Keith?
Well, the Sooners still move the ball that second possession impressively. Their own mistake did them in. From the Sooner 46, second down and 6. Allen with the ball to the 44. 2 yards, bent back by Jackie Shipp, number 49, a sophomore out of Stillwater. This is a football team that Barry Switzer thinks might be really a national championship contender next year.
Got so many sophomores starting.
ABC's Monday Night Football features the Los Angeles Rams and the Chicago Bears at 9 Eastern Time. And one of the sidebars of that telecast is bound to be the story not only of Dante Pastorini being signed as a quarterback for the Rams, but also the Fred Dreyer story. And now Southern California calls timeout. They have one remaining, and we are still in the first quarter of play. So Mazur, seeing something he didn't know what to do with, goes to the sideline.
That's exactly what happened. He didn't like the defense picture that was facing him, so he called timeout and tried to check and see what he could get straightened out and get a pass that might work or a run that would take the 4 yards.
Georgia came on late in the ball game to bury South Carolina. And you saw that Mississippi State did a tap dance on Florida today, and Tennessee wins their second in a row. Volunteers edging Auburn. Missouri continues undefeated, and Missouri plays Mississippi State in Jackson next Saturday. San Jose edging California. So Jack Elway beat his son last week, beat California today.
Getting back to the third down call, John Robinson believes very much in going to the backs on third down, if at all possible, and Marcus Allen is a tremendous receiver. He works one-on-one with the linebackers.
Blue Devils win one today, huh?
They scored a lot of points this year.
Yes. BPI and Georgia Tech is upset by Memphis State, losing their second in a row after beating Alabama. All right, they're ready to go on third down and a long 4. This time they have split backs. Mazur back to throw it, gets it off to the sidelines. The pass is caught by Marcus Allen. USC first down at the Oklahoma 32.
Beautiful execution of the key third down pass and leave an option to Marcus Allen to go in the flat or break inside according to how he thinks the linebacker is playing it. Mazur is right on target. Allen has got man-on-man with the linebacker, and he's got him beat for the key first down.
John hasn't been able to get a very tight spin on his pass yet, but he's getting the job done.
And he's throwing into a pretty good wind, which makes that barrel look a little bit worse as it goes further down the field.
Oklahoma 32, first down. It's Crutcher out of a tailback position. position. The freshman reaches the 27 before he's brought down. Johnny Lewis, big senior out of Coral City, Florida. We're getting a piece of him. Utah rolling over Northwestern, Michigan State. Duffy Doherty is working down the way from us today. It's kind of fun to see old Duff.
It surely is.
Syracuse beat Indiana. Indiana had a big effort against Southern Cal last week. Might have been a little short of adrenaline and a little bruised for this week's ball game.
You can keep in mind that Southern Cal is a bruising, strong, physical team.
Second down and about 5. The Trojans, they go to Allen with it. Marcus cuts it back to the left side against the grain. He's loose. He's headed for the corner. Touchdown. 27 yards. Bruce Matthews and Bob McClanahan, the left guard and the fullback, escorted him home. Allen now, 12 carries and 70 yards. Here's your extra point try with Steve Jordan. And the young freshman from San Francisco, Emerson Drew, his older brother Frank, played here as a place kicker for Southern California. 26 seconds to go in the first quarter of play, and we are all even at 7.
Keith, on this play, John Robinson is a cutback. It's a design play that looks like the sweep. He cuts back to the backside, goes out the back door. John told me he picked this up from Indiana and scored on Indiana with this play. And from the end zone, watch the blocking. You're going to see on the right side, they're going to stretch the defense, but they're going to block back to the right of your screen, and go back out the door. Beautiful block by Matthews. Just perfect execution on a play that John Robinson has added to his offense this year.
Roy Foster now. Take a look at Foster inside here, number 64. He takes the Oklahoma nose guard Lewis out of the play right there. So he's eliminated a big force in the Oklahoma defense right there, and McClanahan and Matthews did the rest of it for Allen. So we're tied at 7, and here's your kickoff. It's hooking to the sidelines and goes out of bounds. Trojans now will have to do it again 5 yards farther away. Scott Livingston, who is a sophomore out of Lakewood. There's the time remaining in the first quarter of play.
We expected that both teams would move the ball. Explosive offense is Marcus Allen. What a fine football player. Look at those statistics already in the first quarter.
That's under his average, though.
242 each game.
He's been averaging about 7.8.
Keith, I figured up if he kept the average per game, 242, he'd rush for over 2,900 yards for the season.
No player has ever gained 2,000 yards in a regular season. Tony Dorsett holds the record at 1,948. Ricky Bell holds the Pac-10 and the USC record at 1875. Billy Sims is one of the 4 people in college football during his days at Oklahoma who ran for 200 yards or more in 3 successive games. The others being Capoletti, Merrick, and Purcell. Now we're ready for the kickoff again from the 35. Hangs it up. It's not too deep. Sooners follow it around and finally pick it up. And they're not going to get very good field position. Alvin Ross trying to get to the sidelines. The freshman from Aurora, Illinois, is brought down short of the 20 at the 19. There's the story on the Southern California scoring drive.
Keith, I thought Mesa threw the ball beautifully from critical situations where he had to complete the pass to keep the drive going. He was successful, gaining confidence. Seems to be living up to the potential and the expectations of John Robinson.
Darrell Shepard is now in at quarterback, a senior out of Odessa, Texas. Darrell moved around some before he finally settled in at Oklahoma and has been very effective for them. And Barry Switzer likes to alternate his quarterback. Shepard keeps it. He gets it out across the 25. He got about 6 yards on that carry.
I think most people might be asking, why would you change quarterbacks right now? It's a hot day, and Phelps, the starting quarterback, has run the ball very successfully and might be a little bit tired. It's good to give him a little rest right now.
First quarter is over. After 1 at the Coliseum in Los Angeles, it is Oklahoma 7, Southern California 7. crowds in Southern California today, and the old Coliseum is it's full. There's not very many seats anywhere. And here's Oklahoma now, third down, and Stanley Wilson, the fullback, bangs in there. Don't know if he made it.
It was second down.
Excuse me, second down. You're right.
Here are the stats, and as we said at the beginning of the telecast, two of the most feared offensive football teams in America putting on a great display, 114 yards for Oklahoma and 111 for USC.
Dennis Edwards, one of the down linemen, hobbling some, a senior out of Stockton, leaves the ball game for Southern California, and John Harvey comes in, and they will measure after the second down carry, starting the second quarter of play in a 7-7 ball game. Well, I would think that Penn State's going to move up a notch or two in the ratings scuffle, wouldn't you, Frank?
I certainly would. As you already said, Joe Paterno feels like he's got one of his best football teams, and as we look at Anthony Davis, what a great football player he was.
Ara Parsegian could have gone all day without seeing him.
He was famous for his kickoff return, wasn't he?
That 55-24 turnaround they had here. All right, it's first down, Oklahoma. Shepard pops a little short one up there, and the pass is caught by Grayson. And Grayson is out for another Sooner first down.
Once again, we want to mention that the wide receiver on the wishbone is covered 1-on-1. You cannot afford to take two people out to cover one and still stop the running game, and that's the reason he's wide open. Williams comes across and knocks him to the ground as he was falling after the catch.
At the 42, first down for the Sooners. So Shepard now with a little bit of a different movement coming off the quarterback snap to give Oklahoma yet another little different look. Rides it off to his fullback Wilson, and Stanley Wilson's got another Sooner first down as he goes to the Southern California 46, and Joe Turner makes the tackle.
How in the world did he get out of this? It looked like he was stopped at the line of scrimmage. Let's watch it again, because this is a sensational run. He's held right there, but he keeps his feet going, and he breaks right in the secondary. Stanley Wilson, number 32 from California.
Yeah, he played at Banning High School.
Well, he's the key to this football game. Making some yardage up the middle will tie down those inside linemen.
Sooners are moving it again as Shepard keeps the ball coming to the left side. Gets a couple of yards as Williams, the safety man, comes up to make the tackle.
How many times have we seen the free safety playing 10 yards deep, tackle the quarterback on the line of scrimmage? Perfectly done by Williams, number 45. Otherwise, it would have been out the gate.
Dennis Edwards is back in there at defensive tackle for SC. The play comes in from the sideline, brought in by Jim Rockford, number 2, who goes out of the picture now to the top of the screen as a wide man. One wide receiver. Wishbone it off to the second man, Buster Rhymes, and Rhymes pops out of the traffic and fumbles the ball out of bounds. Oklahoma keeps it. Joey Browner knocked him down and knocked the ball loose, but it goes out of bounds.
Look at the blocking on the right side of the screen. Good fake by the quarterback to Wilson. He makes a creep up number 40. Chet Winters, a right halfback, makes a key block that brings Buster Rhymes, the leading rusher of all time as a freshman at Oklahoma last year. He just didn't get the ball tucked away, and fortunately it bounces out of bounds, remains Oklahoma's ball.
And the Sooners are operating now inside the Southern California 23, first down. They've laid the ball down 5 times. They've lost 1. Shepard keeping the ball to the right side. Pinned in and dropped back at the 25. That time, August Curley would have none of it. He just stayed home, and the big junior from Atlanta, Georgia, got his man.
Made a brilliant play. It's a difficult assignment he has, playing on the line of scrimmage, watching the quarterback, and still have to play off the block of Chet Winters, number 40, the right halfback.
Steve Sewell in for one play, is now out. Buster Rhymes goes back. Buster hasn't seen the ball much so far today, but when he's had it, it scares you to death. He's carried it twice for 34 yards. He's something. And there's your penalty flag. They took too long. 12:23 to go in the first half of play, and a 7-7 ball game, and the Sooners threatening. They have now laid the ball on the ground and had it roll out of bounds to keep it.
Violation, 25-second count. Offense. It's still second down.
But instead of being second down and about 12, it is now second down at about 17.
And this takes Oklahoma out of what they like to do, is run the football. They normally on a situation like this, they'll have some type of gadget play, try to pick up some of that yardage back and have two more chances to make the first down.
Grayson is back in at the wide position, and Browner, Joey, comes over to cover it. And Shepard straightens. Getting some heat now. He gets his pass off. They're going to call grounding. They're going to call him for grounding the ball. Dennis Edwards and Keith Browner were about to bury him, literally. And he tried to dump it off. And the referee, John Presley, would have none of it.
Well, that's a loss of the yardage plus 5 additional yards and, of course, the down.
And you've got 11:54 to play in the first half of the ball game. So the Sooners were at one time here deep. Now they're backing up.
At first down on the 23-yard line.
All right, the ball is back at the 47 now of USC. They have got to go to the 13 to get a first down. So they need 34 on third down.
They're one of the few football teams that will more than likely run it on this situation.
Grayson wide to the left. They do just exactly that. Give it to Stanley Wilson, the fullback, and a penalty flag is thrown. Now let's go to New York.
As Keith told you earlier, Nebraska joins Notre Dame with 2 in the loss column as Penn State came from behind 3 times to win in Lincoln. Kurt Warner, 27 carries for 241 yards. A young man named Brian Franco kicked 5 field goals for Penn State. This is our Fireman's Fun flashback at halftime, so we will have highlights of Penn State's big victory at Nebraska. Worst start for the Cornhuskers in 21 years. Now back to Keith Jackson.
All right, Jim, thank you. The penalty is going against Southern California. If we can get a call this time from John.
Grabbing the face mask, defense. It's still third down. It's still third down.
So fortunes are swinging severely in this possession by Oklahoma. They were backing up because of their own mistakes. Now Southern California makes a big mistake, and the Sooners are inside the 20 at the 18. Third down and long 6, short 7, however you like it. Shepard has the ball. Gets around the corner. Close to the first down. Looked like they had him well short of the first down, and he just split 2 Trojans and put it close.
Nothing but speed. I think Shepard runs about a 4.5 40. He said was in the arms of 2 Southern Cal defenders, but he broke clean for nearly the first down, if not the first down.
Chains are out there. It is a first down for the Sooners.
Nothing but individual effort. Shepard, alternate quarterback, a senior, transfer from the University of Houston. Watch him right there. His 78 Akita nearly has him in his grasp, but he turns down, protects the football, and dives for the first down.
The ball is just inside the Southern California 13. On the one side, Switzer. On the other side, Robinson. Concern etched deep in the faces of both. Inside, Wilson, the fullback, runs into 57. Keith Browner, 51. Chip Banks, both linebackers, but they stop him.
Chip Banks, number 51, was all Pac-10 last year. One of the fine football players in America. He's playing middle linebacker. Look at him close very quickly. He gets good leverage. Keeps his legs driving, forces the ball carrier Wilson back towards his own goal line. Excellent play.
No more than a half-yard gain on the play. Second down. Shepard keeping it, coming around the corner. This time they get him at the 9. He falls ahead to the 8. It's Marv Williams, the safety man, coming up to make the first contact for SC. Play coming in now with number 2, Rockford, bringing it from the Oklahoma sideline. You got a Trojan shaken up and down on the field. With 10 minutes and 11 seconds to play in the first half. It was Troy West who was shaken, number 9, but he gets up. They'll check him probably and take him out of the ball game. On ABC tomorrow, college football 81, Bill Fleming, soccer bowl 81, and Sunday afternoon baseball. Check your local listings for the time of the programs in your area. And for baseball, the game in your area.
What I think we have seen on the last 2 plays, the defensive ends really forcing the quarterback to give ground, giving pursuit from inside, and the safety man, Marv Williams, to get involved in the play. Recognition of the wishbone is the key to slowing it down. I don't think you can stop it, but you can slow it down.
Tim Shannon has come in now, replacing West on 3rd down for Oklahoma. Second man, Ryan, splits the right side and goes down to the 1-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal to go Oklahoma.
Lindell Byford, number 79, throwing the key block, 290 pounds. He weighs now, even though the program says 275. He and Don Key, right guard and right tackle, move the defense back for the nice game.
It's the acceleration of Buster Rhymes that makes him so difficult to handle.
And he is 6'3", 215 pounds.
You see the time remaining before they've got to snap it. They get it off. Shepard sneaks it. He does not get there.
Oklahoma's been a little bit slow in getting the play called for some reason, and they've been really close to breaking and exceeding the 25-second count the last 3 or 4 series.
This is the 13th play for Oklahoma. The possession started back on the 19-yard line. So they've engineered one for 80 yards and a touchdown. Now they're trying to go 81 for their second touchdown.
With a different quarterback, too, Keith.
And now Barry Switzer, sensing that things are not as secure as he would like, in the face of this opportunity, calls time. You've got 8:59 to play in the first half. Oklahoma threatening. All right, you look down on the Coliseum from the Goodyear Flint, Columbia, and Southern California's got its goal line defense in on 2nd down and goal to go for Oklahoma. Sooners trying to take the lead. A 7-7 ball game. Shepard turns, gives to Wilson. Wilson dances in. Touchdown! Tremendous balance by Wilson. He hit the top of the stack. There was nothing there. He ricocheted off of it, kept his feet, and just walked in.
You don't see that type of play very often. Just a sensational effort.
Michael Keeley hits the extra point. And with 8:55 to go in the first half, the Sooners are back on top, 14-7, as they march it 81 yards. Looked like the Trojans had it stopped. Did the Trojans make a mistake? And this is how it paid off, and watch 32 Wilson.
Watch Wilson get hit at the line of scrimmage. He jumps, but watch him land on his feet, keep him moving, goes outside for the touchdown. Standing up.
You know who hit him at the top?
Thanks.
That's right. Probably the surest tackler on the team for Southern California, and Chip couldn't hold it.
He keeps those legs churning. That's the mark of a great ball carrier.
Stanley wants to win this ball game in the worst kind of way, you know. He comes home next summer, he'll have a little bragging room himself, won't he?
He really will. Last year in the Texas game, he pulled Oklahoma from behind to go ahead late in the 4th quarter, rushed for 174 yards against the Texas defense.
All right, the Sooners will kick it off. And the deep people for Southern California are Todd Spencer and Fred Crutcher. Healing hits it with that bare foot, hangs it up there for Crutcher way back in the end zone, and Fred is going to fiddle around with it. Let's join Steve Davis now.
I had a chance to talk to one of the coaches on the Oklahoma side about why the quarterback changed before the end of the first quarter. Darrell Shepard came in the ball game. Oklahoma had possession deep. Shepard stays with the center longer. The reason the 2 fumbles, Phelps was pulling away too quick, and that's because he was just trying to make something happen real quick. So it's the idea of Shepard is the guy that stays in quicker and stays with football. Keith?
Okay, you ought to know, Steve. Handle that way wishbone very well during his time at Oklahoma.
He only lost one game during his 3 years quarterback in the Sooners.
All right, Southern California goes to work from the 20. Oklahoma leading 14-7, and they give it to Marcus Allen. A little student body right. It's good for 4 yards.
John Robinson, and visiting with him yesterday, I was really impressed with his thoughts on offense. But one thing he told me is we looked at the scoring drive, 15 plays, a few mistakes by both sides, but they're able to take it on into the end zone. John told me, he said, we teach our tailback to run at him first. We don't allow him to make any moves. This year, he's letting Allen make some moves.
Fullback now is Todd Spencer. Mazur puts it up, throws it to Allen. Allen is caught, dropped at the 20. Oklahoma smelled that one coming, and they were right on top of it. Steve Whaley, the defensive end, number 57.
One of the main parts of the Southern Cal offense is throwing to the backs out of the backfield. It's relatively safe. It's good on this part of the field, but Steve Whaley was right there to make the play.
Third down and 10. Mazur back, has a lot of time, goes over the middle with it, and Simmons can't come down with it. Looked like Jeff jumped a little too soon, and the ball just dribbled off of his hands. He was open.
Simmons, number 29, is an excellent receiver. He is 6'3" in height. If you're going to throw down the middle, which is dangerous on this part of the field, you would like to have a receiver 6'3". He has an excellent pass thrown right at him. Something happened. He juggled it, and then, of course, number 16, Sanji, hit him, too. I think that had something to do with it.
I think Darrell's down on the field, too, Frank.
He's the key defensive back. Only starter returning from last year.
So we've got a timeout for the injured Oklahoma player with 7:32 to go in the first half. The Sooners sitting on a 14-7 lead.
Each level of NCAA football has its own competitive excitement and thrills. This includes the 121 Division II and 188 Division III colleges. Join in the colorful traditions at a Division II or III game in your area.
Punting time for Southern California on 4th and 10. Pryor standing back at his 5. Should hit it up around the 9 or the 10. The deep man is Eldred Watts for Oklahoma. Sooners figure to have good field position again. Pretty good kick. Low trajectory, and Watts has got it. And they've got Watts back at the 35, maybe the 34. The 45-yard punt. A little bit of kick that time by Pryor. And the Trojans come down in a hurry to get him.
Excellent coverage. One of the key parts of any football game is the coverage by your kicking team.
Now then, let's see what Darrell Shepard, who goes back on the field at quarterback. You see Southern California's been collared, literally, here in the second quarter. No first downs, while the Sooners have rolled off 6. Shepard's your quarterback. And you've got Wilson, Winters, and Rhymes. Shepard keeps it, drops back to throw it. He has time. He throws it deep. He's got a man, Grayson. Grayson brings him down. Oklahoma first down. Southern California 19. 46-yard gain.
Oklahoma only completes about 3 passes of all game. So what happens, the safety man and cornerback get the sporting so fast that they get fooled, and that's what happened to Brawner, number 47. Grayson gets in behind him, Shepard's right on target. Watch him run the post route. Going down, he's going to run right by Shepard. Williams, number 45, should be back, but he took the fake of the fullback, out of position. Completed pass and another opportunity.
Second man, Chet Winters, gets the ball out of the wishbone, and he goes from the 19 down close to the 12. Chip Banks, number 51, to make the tackle.
One thing that fascinates me about the wishbone, they don't throw very often, but last year they averaged 27 yards per reception. A fantastic average.
Second down, they need about 3. Second man, Buster Rhymes. But again, Rhymes bigger than you think. Gets what appears to be a first down for Oklahoma. They mark it at about the 9. And it's first and goal to go Sooners.
On that last play, Rhymes and Dennis Edwards, the all Pac-10 tackle, hit head up right at the goal, right at the line of scrimmage, and Rhymes won the battle, Keith.
Well, as you pointed out, he's 6'3", 215 pounds. Furthermore, he is a growing sophomore.
Boy, he has taken those big steps.
Second man winners this time, and he runs into trouble. Ussery, number 79, and Darby, number 94. There's the Oklahoma possessions.
As you can see, Southern Cal has not stopped the Oklahoma wishbone. The one time they failed to score, they fumbled the ball and lost it.
They've laid it down, what now, 5 times and lost it 1 time.
They fumbled 49 times last year, losing 26, and still one of the great football teams in America.
Now they got to call timeout because they get mixed up. Weddington came off the field, started back on the field. I don't think they had but 10 men out there.
That's correct.
And time was called. They have 1 remaining, 5:26 to go, first half. And the Sooners threatening again to enlarge the lead. The Oklahoma Sooners have the football. Second down and goal to go. The ball is on the 10. Darrell Shepard brings them up. The Sooners leading 14-7. Shepard keeping the ball, coming with it, turns it up, gets coattailed and dropped back on the 11-yard line. And the man that got a hold of him and dragged him down was Troy West, number 9. He might have scored if he'd have been able to get 2 more steps.
You can see that 9 was playing up on the line of scrimmage, even though he was as a safety man. Troy West penetrates and grabs Shepard by the arm and will not let him go. Excellent play on his part. Very critical play for Southern Cal.
Third down. The ball is outside the 10. Break the bone as Shepard rolls it. Wants to throw it. They're after it. He's quick. He gets it off. The pass is incomplete. He had an eligible man in the neighborhood, and so this time he doesn't get flagged on the play. August Curley was the man that really was after him.
Great effort by Shepard just to get rid of the ball and where they could keep his team in field goal position. But Joey Browner made the great play. It was an up and down pattern, and he collisioned the receiver Grayson, and there was no one for Shepard to throw to.
So now Michael Keeling is in for the field goal try. It'll be a 27-yard attempt. He's kicked 1 this year in 1 try for 42. So the barefooted kicker pops it up in the air and drifts it right through. At 4:34 to go in the first half, Oklahoma increases its lead to 17-7. I think the biggest story in the quarter, Frank, is Oklahoma has 8 first downs for 126 yards. Southern California, no first downs and 0 net yards.
The momentum is definitely in favor of Oklahoma, and the ball possession abilities of the wishbone are showing their mark today. Southern Cal had 1 possession.
Some of the other scores of games completed around the country today, and there's some big ones still going. There's one of the big ones right there with Penn State winning 30-24, and we'll have highlights for you at halftime as the Nittany Lions win again. Big upset there in the minds of many people in this part of the country, though in Iowa they may not think so. Michigan, Navy gave Michigan all they wanted today, 21-16, so the middies are George Welch doing quite well, playing a tough Michigan team. All right, Michael Keeling will kick it off. The deep men are Todd Spencer and Fred Crutcher. It is Crutcher a yard deep in the end zone. And the freshman from Pasadena is at the 17, where Sherdell Breathitt brings him down for Oklahoma. They don't get it back to the 20. Ohio State at halftime, leading Stanford 17-6. North Carolina really rolling. They are just rolling up points
This may be the best North Carolina team in many, many years.
Emory Ballard's Maroons of Mississippi State, and Purdue beating Notre Dame today at Lafayette with a 2-point conversion. Georgia gets back on the winning side of things. Missouri continues undefeated. Now, let's see what Southern California does with 4:29 to go in the first half and trailing by 10 points. Mazur to Allen. Up the middle he comes. He comes out to the 30 for 11, 12, 13 yards. And the Southern California first down.
Perfect illustration of the cutback play. It's a designed play to cut back, look like the sweep, but cut back. Bruce Matthews, number 66, blocking the linebacker, freeing Marcus Allen into the secondary. And Keith, that was a crucial first down. Southern Cal needed it.
Allen now 14 carries and 85 yards in the ball game. Mazur throwing on first down to the sideline, and Allen cannot hang on up at the 35. Mazur threw the ball high.
Most of Southern Cal's passes are outside. Those are the safe ones. And on this part of the field, throwing to the backs is also a relatively safe pass. Marcus Allen couldn't hold on to it.
Timmy White was the flanker. He was running a fly pattern. And Oklahoma, once they saw Allen drift out, pretty much ignored it. Sonja now comes over to pick him up one-on-one. 2nd and 10. Mazur will throw again. Goes over the middle with it, intended for his tight end, Fred Cornwell, and takes a shot from Rick Bryan, the big tackle.
One thing that we should mention that Southern Cal field position has been very, very poor. They own 17, they're on 7, they're on 21, they're on 20, and they're on 18. Takes an excellent football team to move the ball against with that field position.
3rd and 10. I've seen Southern California run a draw in this circumstance before, but they won't do it this time as Mazur sets it up to throw. And down he goes. Oklahoma's first sack of the day, and it's Rick Bryan, 6'4", 244-pound sophomore defensive tackle that did the job for Oklahoma.
When I talked to Barry Switzer about their defense, he couldn't help but praise this young man, recruited as a linebacker, as I said earlier, but has all of the moves and instincts of a great defensive linebacker.
So the Trojans go to the punt. The Sooners should get the ball in good field position. Not much pressure. High hanging, not too deep. Fair catch call by Watts. Fumbles the ball. Southern California's got the football at the Oklahoma 40. It looked like Dwayne Fickett, freshman out of Glendale, with the man downfield to cover it.
You can see that Watts is a freshman. He let the ball hit his chest rather than catch the ball in his hands, and it popped right out.
Then it was a melee. Now the Sooners have dropped it 6 times and lost it twice. Let's call it the 41 of Oklahoma. First down, SC.
Let's go.
Allen.
Come on, Marcus.
Close to the 35 for about 6. John Blake, playing nose guard, junior out of Tulsa, makes the stop for the Sooners, and there's the time remaining in the first half.
Southern Cal is going to have a big play early to get close for the touchdown. They need a big run or a long pass.
Allen now has 90 yards. White is the wide man for SC. Inside it goes to the fullback for the first time today, and Todd Spencer, a sophomore from Berkeley, looked like he had a little trouble hanging on.
He never got the handle. The ball was juggling in his arms, but he was able to pull it back and avoid the fumble.
That's what we'll have for you at halftime. We'll talk with both coaches, highlights of the Penn State, Nebraska, the SC band, news, and some highlights of this first half. Oklahoma leading by 10 points, and it's third down and 3 for Southern California. From the Sooner 34. Kamana's in motion. Pitch to Marcus Allen. Allen dives short of the first down. He's short of it. Now John Robinson has a decision, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. But let's give credit to the Oklahoma defense. He'll definitely go for it. But Oklahoma defense really came from inside-out pursuit to stop Allen short of the first down.
He's got more than a yard. He's got at least a yard and a half to gain. Johnny Lewis goes back in at nose guard for Oklahoma, and Southern California now pondering their circumstance, call timeout as Mazur goes to the sidelines to talk.
And Oklahoma has moved into an 8-man front.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Minute and a half to play in the first half. The Sooners trying to protect that 10-point lead. Minute and a half to play in the first half. 17-7. Oklahoma, the Trojans are going for it. They need a yard and a half on fourth down. They give it to Marcus Allen. Allen's got the first down. He's on the sidelines. He's out of bounds. Right around the Oklahoma 21. White Crane pushed him out. And the left side of the blocking formation set up there with the big Kamana coming across to help. They really sealed it off, but then it's Allen's speed.
And Allen's speed was the difference. He's just a tremendous football player. The play was designed to go off tackle, nothing there, and he had the ability to spring outside and make the first down and extra yardage to boot.
A minute 24 to play in the first half. Allen now has gone over 100 yards. It's his 12th 100-yard game. Mazur back to throw it. He goes for the corner, and it is. Did they intercept it?
Yeah.
Yes, they did. Picked off. Pass intended for Malcolm Moore, and Oklahoma had two people on it. They say it's USC. It is Moore who comes down with it.
How did he come down with the ball? Let's see it again. Moore, number 22. We see Hayworth, number 6. Right in front. The ball goes to the outside, and Moore comes down, gets his feet in bounds for the.
That's remarkable concentration. I thought the Oklahoma man may have had the ball.
Looked like it from this point.
First and goal to go, Southern California. Oklahoma 2. Allen to the 1. And the clock running with a minute and 10. Second down and goal. No timeouts for Southern Cal. At least according to our statistician.
They've got to call 2 plays in a row if they.
Second down and goal. Mazur wants to throw it, lobs it up. He's got a man. Touchdown. Kamana. On fourth down gamble makes it pay off, and then a brilliant reception by Malcolm Moore of a pass in the deep corner.
And Keith, the fake between the quarterback, Mazur, and Allen set up the play. I was fooled on it.
Kamana was all alone. In fact, there were 2 people over there. Tinsley will hold it, and Steve Jordan now will try the extra point. It is good. And so Oklahoma is unable to protect that 10-point margin. With 42 seconds to play, the Trojans take it 40 yards in 7 plays. And remember, it was an Oklahoma fumble that set it up. Here's your touchdown.
Let's watch the fake of the Allen, number 33. He goes over the stack, and then he has the ball, and you can see the effect of his faking. Look how wide open Moore, number 22, is.
No, it's Kamana.
26, Kamana, I'm sorry. Here's the fake again from the end zone. Let's watch it. Watch Allen carry out and sell the fake to the defense. Then Kamana is wide open, number 26.
He had at least 7 Sooners tied up, didn't he?
Yes, that's what we call sell the fake to the defense. The line has to do it, quarterback and the ball carrier.
White Horse is on the run. Scott Livingston will kick it off. Ross and Rhymes are deep. Kick with the wind. Back to the Oklahoma 2. And Buster Rhymes getting to
like if he gets away from Hopper, he's on his way.
Now the time remaining is only 34 seconds. And we've got ourselves a ball game.
Two brilliant football coaches, teams that know how to win.
Kelly Phelps is back in at quarterback for Oklahoma. Big play, though, and it may get lost in all the shuffling of the big plays that occurred, but the biggest play we've seen today may well have been Moore's pass reception. Phelps, the quarterback, sticks his head in over the right side and starts the clock rolling, and apparently Oklahoma wants to let it grind out. There are the numbers on Marcus Allen in the first half of play. If he continues at this pace and gets 200, he will become the 5th man in collegiate football history to have 3 successive 200-yard games. They let the clock run out. Right now, here is Steve Davis with Barry Switzer.
Coach, you used a psych job on me when I was in college. You said this ball game might be a 50-point spread when you came out here.
Steve, I planned on playing. We played well the first half. The fumble, of course, gave them their touchdown right before the half. I'd like to have it 17-7, but we don't have it. Our young guys playing pretty good. We got to play like it second half.
The defense, Coach, you've got to be pleased.
I am. Marcus is a great back. He made a great cutback against the pursuit and scored the touchdown, but it's 2 pretty good offensive football teams.
You've got to be confident that your offense can move the ball.
Well, so far we've demonstrated that. I hope that they don't solve it the second half. We're doing some things offensively that I think confuse them with unbalanced height, unbalanced line, unbalanced wing, and multiple formations. I think that helped us with our option plays and inside running game.
You going to make any changes?
Well, they haven't stopped us yet, except down the goal line when we had to kick the field goal. So we're going to continue to do what we've been doing.
Okay, Coach. Thanks for stopping. We'll be back. Today's halftime activities after this message about an upcoming show on ABC and a word from our local stations.
Now let's join the University of Southern California Band, directed by Art Partner, for the conclusion of their halftime entertainment. We haven't received a crowd count as yet, but it's got to be somewhere between, I would think, 85 and 90,000 people. The Coliseum is almost filled, and we understand more than 20,000 Oklahomans may have made the trek west to see the ball game, and so far I would think they have enjoyed it. Now, once again, the USC Band. Temperature in the low 80s. Quite a comfortable afternoon. I don't think the heat's bothering the Sooners at all. They've probably been working in hotter weather than this at home. The Southern California Band is now concluded its halftime performance. The 2 teams are returning to the floor of the Los Angeles Coliseum, and we'll have more football in a moment.
Coach, what kind of of adjustments to make it halftime?
Well, I think the big thing for our defense is just to kind of relax and play. Oklahoma obviously was pretty good at what they do. I think the thing we have to do, it's the first time we've seen, we practice against the first half now. Now it's our time to come out and try to relax and keep working outside. The guy that plays the low block's getting blocked a bit. I think if we can get him off that block, I think we got a chance to slow him down.
You don't get too many chances. They're trying to ball control you.
Yeah, they keep the ball, and if you can get them 2nd and 9 and make a mistake in their 1st and 10 again. So they do a great job with the offense, but our kids, I think, felt more confident as the half went on about it.
Coach, don't you think this ball game, the team that wins this ball game earns the ranking number 1?
Well, I got a lot of problems between now and then. I'll tell you after the ball game on that.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Good luck. Here we go, Keith.
All right, Steve. John, he always flatters that opponent, and not going to get himself in a fix over talking about who's number 1, is he? Oklahoma kicks off. Oklahoma had won the toss to start the game. They were bold enough to kick it off to SC. Now Southern California gets it for the second time, and Brett Crutcher brings it back to about the 22, and there SC goes to work, trailing by 3. Oklahoma leading 17-14. Keith Jackson and Frank Broyles here with you. Steve Davis down on the sidelines. John Mazur, Bob McClanahan, Marcus Allen, Timmy White, and Jeff Simmons, the white people for Southern California. And it looks like that's the unit that's out there right now. Mazur has played the entire ball game at quarterback. The big fellas up front, Mosbar, Matthews, Slayton, Foster, Moore, and Cornwell. Oklahoma shows them as 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and they drop off in the middle a little bit and give it to Marcus Allen, who comes on around the corner across the 30, up around the 32, maybe the 33, and that fullback, McClanahan, throws a big block for him. Let's take a look at Oklahoma's defense. Mike Riley, 218-pound defensive end. Bob Slater, one of those big tackles, 249. Johnny Lewis, the nose guard, 232. Rick Bryan had a great first half, 244-pound sophomore. Steve Whaley, the other defensive end, at 210. Thomas Benson's a linebacker at 221. Jackie Shipp, a linebacker at 218. Allen now with 114 yards and his first down, Southern California at their own 33. Allen with it again. And he steps around the block of the fullback and moves it up across the 35, up close to the 39. Darrell Sanji, cornerback for Oklahoma. Goodwin Jr. out of New Orleans. Steve Hayworth is a junior out of Durant, Oklahoma. Gerald Lowell comes from Sherman, Texas. Dwight Drains out of Miami, Florida. So that's the defense unit for the Oklahoma Sooners. Right now they're pretty busy with the Southern California offense. Marcus Allen starting out big here in the second half. They put Timmy White in motion and give the ball off inside to the fullback. Bob McClanahan, a 205-pounder from Pacoima, which is on the north side of the San Fernando Valley. And everybody in town is here, including the Magic Man. It is turnout day, and why not? This is a football game people are going to be talking about from now until February of next year, and maybe generations to come. First down, Southern California. The ball is just outside the 46. It's Allen again. Cuts it back up the middle. He's loose. He had one man to get by, and he couldn't do it. Now, Steve Hayworth stayed home, caught off the block, and kept his feet. Now, Simmons was down there, and Simmons almost had him out of the play.
It was a cutback play again. Beautiful blocking by the Southern Cal line. 29 Simmons supposed to block Hayward, number 6. He couldn't do it. Excellent play by Hayworth to prevent the touchdown.
And suddenly, Southern California comes out here asserting themselves to start the second half. First down at the Oklahoma 34. Inside it goes to McClanahan, the fullback. The fullback carried the ball one time in the first half for SC. Now he's seen the ball already 2 times here starting the third quarter.
I think at halftime, John Robinson saw that the Oklahoma defense up the middle are playing very loose, trying to pursue out the line to play Marcus Allen. As we can see, Marcus Allen's numbers so far in this ball game. Very wisely attacked it up the middle with the fullback.
Another thing to notice is how deep the SC tailback lines up off the ball. He's got about 7 yards. Pick and choose. There he goes again. And he carries it down about the 26. It'll be a third down at about 2 for Southern California.
Oklahoma defense are crowding more and more and ignoring the pass. Another critical third down situation, but I don't know of any football team more capable of either running or passing in this situation. than Southern Cal.
It's a little bit more than 2.
2 good runs.
Allen. Outside, missed by 1, caught by another right at the line of scrimmage. Johnny Lewis, number 95. There's Big John White coming up from the stack. And it's 4th down for Southern Cal.
He will go for it in my judgment.
Nope, here comes Jordan with a kicking tee.
That's kicking from the 25-yard line. Must be going for the field goal, yes. Into the wind.
He'll have to hit it hard because there is a very brisk wind whipping down off the closed end. Sonji is shaken up, being helped off the field. Darrell Sonji there, coming off.
I hope it's not an injury of the serious nature because he's very much needed in this Oklahoma secondary.
Could be cramps, the way they're stretching his legs. Here's the kick by Steve Jordan. It is up. It is no good. So Southern California comes out snorting to start the second half, but Oklahoma holds them, and the Trojans are turned away after a 45-yard field goal attempt. The Sooners come up now with that lineup in the backfield. Grayson, the wide receiver. Kelly Phelps, the quarterback. The football is up on their 27, and it over to the first man motion. The ball is loose. Southern California's got the football. Comes away with it, so Oklahoma drops it on the ground for the 7th time, loses it for the 3rd time, and if you want to sum up the first half, Frank, you say OU 2 fumbles and 2 touchdowns for Southern Cal.
You can see that on the particular play, the fullback did not know that he'd left the ball with him. The quarterback Phelps had left it with the fullback on the read. The fullback did not know it. He just laid the ball on the ground. Fumble recovered by Southern Cal.
And it's on the Oklahoma, call it the 29. So the Sooners stop them and give it right back. Mazur throwing. Throws it short in front of the fullback McClanahan. He was getting heat from Johnny Lewis and he had to get rid of it. ABC's Monday Night Football features the Los Angeles Rams and the Chicago Bears, 2 teams that have not exactly come out of the blocks too swiftly for this NFL season, but what stories are swirling around those Rams? Howard will have a field day. Second down and 10 for Southern California. It's Allen. He gets a pretty good whack as he crosses the 25 and falls down on the 24. Number 47 came up there and laid one on him. Sherdell Breathitt from Kankakee, Illinois.
You can hear the Oklahoma coaches yelling, big down, 3rd and 6. There's the story of the Oklahoma problems, as we said earlier, self-destruction, 3 fumbles.
3rd and 5. Mazur's got wide open. He gets it off. It is incomplete. He had Timmy wide open on a crossing pattern, never saw him. And by the time he was beginning to look back across the field, Bob Slater was shaking hands with him. So he threw it away.
Another field goal attempt, but let me say, give credit to the Oklahoma defense for stopping the run and applying pressure to Mazur's passing attempt. The pressure was the key to that defending against the pass.
This one will be from 41 yards. Just a moment ago, Jordan missed from 45. He's kicking into the wind. I don't think that's going to get there either, is it? Nope. So Steve Jordan has been turned away twice now from 45 and 41, and that's got to jack up the Oklahoma sideline.
There's nothing can jack you up any faster than that than turn the ball over and your defense go out and take the ball right back. What we call, after a sudden exchange, the defense rise to the occasion perfectly. Oklahoma to be praised.
We're looking at baseball scores, and there you saw Milwaukee is right back in the hunt in that Eastern Division, and Nolan Ryan, his 5th no-hitter today, the only man ever to do it. That's Kelly Phelps, goes down the line and slides and falls length shaken up.
Yes. Byron Darby played it exactly as John Robinson said he hoped he would this half. Penetrated, did not get blocked by the lead halfback trying to take him out of the play on the quarterback keep. Beautiful play by Darby. Number 94, there he is. What a fine football player. Already 5 sacks this year. Let's watch Darby. And here's Banks, number 51, coming out to help on the play. But Darby was the key to allow Banks to move in.
Little short pass whipped out to Rockford, and Rockford catches it at the 32 and muscles his way up to the 34, close to the 35. It looks like that's going to be an Oklahoma first down.
One thing the Wishbone has as an advantage, they're going to see one-on-one coverage. Gaps in the secondary because it takes most everybody you can bunch up to stop the runs.
Ohio State now pulling ahead and away from Stanford in the ball game being played up in Palo Alto. Jim McMahon, 200 and something yards, but as we heard from Jim Lampley, he had a hyperextended knee. I don't know how much that's going to impact his future. From the 35, call it. Phelps gives it to Stanley Wilson, the fullback, and Wilson is across the 40 to the 41. He got the better part of 6 yards.
That's something Oklahoma's got to do, Keith, is establish the fullback again. They haven't had success running the fullback in the last few minutes into the second half either. That's the key.
Ed Culver, the starting left tackle, is out of the ball game for the moment, came hobbling off the field. Robert Graham, a junior out of Greenville, Texas. Actually pick up 7 pounds in heft when Graham goes in at that position. Second down. And a long 3. Here's Phelps on a turn up the field. Kelly's got a first down as he goes to midfield, and the Sooners are moving it again. Banks is coming back in at the middle linebacker position now for Southern California. Dennis Edwards is out, hobbling, and John Harvey comes in to tackle for SC.
Stanley Wilson's bunged up just a little bit, Keith. Looks like Ledbetter's going in the ball game.
Wilson bending over, coming off the field there while this is going on. Let us pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves.
This is Channel 7, KABC TV, Los Angeles.
We understand that Oklahoma now is beginning to have some trouble with leg cramps. Tough game, hot day. Into the middle goes the play. And the ball squirts loose, and Southern California is claiming it. Let's wait for the man in the striped shirt. It is Southern California. Ledbetter at fullback, having replaced Stanley Wilson, never got control of it. And Southern California comes up with another Oklahoma fumble. Their 8th of the game, the 4th time they have lost it.
Keith, I think we have to mention that it's a little risky to put a ball carrier in the game on the first play, give him the ball. He's a little bit eager. You let him get a little hit blocking or doing something else, thinking up there the first time. I know Barry wishes he had now.
So Oklahoma turns it over, and Southern California has it first down at their own 46, with Oklahoma leading 17-14. 9 minutes to play in the third quarter. Marcus Allen has the ball, cuts it back over the middle, and he's got an SC first down at the Oklahoma 42. The white train took his legs from under
The
him.
play is designed to go to your left of your screen. Watch Marcus Allen, the quickness. He breaks all the way back to the right of your screen with a big hole, but excellent running and sustaining the blocks by the offensive line was the key.
Most everybody's eyes are on the people with the ball, but watch Roy Foster and Johnny Lewis. Now, you don't think that isn't a war going on down in the trenches?
That's the key, that offensive line of Southern Cal.
Allen has it again, and he just runs into a stack at the 40. He got 2 yards on the play, so the numbers on Marcus Allen now, 26 carries and 160 yards.
Going back to Roy Foster, who made that beautiful block. He's a perfect-sized guard, 6'4", 260 pounds, and runs about a 4.9 speed. Already All-American, All-Conference. Look at those impressive numbers by Marcus Allen.
This will be 12 today because he's already off. He's closing in on 200 again. Here's the handoff for the short man, the fullback. That's McClanahan. Gets a couple of more. Maybe, now they're going to put him down around the 38. So Southern California is going to be looking at 3rd and long again.
Keith, John Mesa has shown a great deal of poise. Southern Cal believes that they can go to the short passing game in situations like this. Normally to the back, Marcus Allen, if he can outmaneuver the linebacker one-on-one.
Remember, Sonji is not in there now in that defensive secondary for Oklahoma. He came out with leg cramps. Albert Watts, a freshman now, goes wide as SC sends 2 men to the top of the picture. Now put a man in motion. And Mesa's going to put it up. Got to hurry. He tried to dump it off to his fullback, and having an eligible man in the general vicinity of the ball, he's able to get rid of it when in true fact I think he just unloaded it.
Well, Keith, that is coaching done daily by the staff to train the quarterback when he gets in trouble. He knows where his blockers are, and he can get rid of the ball and avoid the loss. Coaching is quarterback is one position that you do a lot of coaching with.
Those 2 big sophomore tackles, Slater and Bryan again, were the people putting the heat on, and now Southern California's got to kick it away as Pryor comes in. Albert Watts starts to go back, and now decides he won't. See if he retreats now. Pryor's obviously going to try to hit the coffin corner with it. Pops it up in the air. It's high. It's hanging up there. Southern California knocks it down on the goal line. And they're going to stiff him back inside the 5 with it. That ball hit right on the goal line, and the SC man knocked it out. 34-yard punt, but that is not the real true story of its efficiency. We'll be right back.
The Big 8 Conference enters its 75th season of football competition. The conference has produced 7 national champion teams and at least 2 All-American players every year since 1953. The Big 8, college football at its finest.
Watch this play as Wayne Pickett, knocks that ball away from the goal line.
Keith, that's a sensational play to keep the ball from going across. That may be as fine a play as we've seen in this ball game. Excellent effort by Pickett, the freshman.
Oklahoma operating from its own 4. Give the ball off inside to Wilson, the fullback to the 9. He got about 5 yards on the carry. Next week, we'll have a collegiate football doubleheader for you. The games have not been chosen as yet until our people have made an assessment of what happened today, and we'll, under the rules of the game, bring you the best games that we can for your particular region. So join us next Saturday here over most of these ABC stations. 2nd down at about 5 from the 9 for Oklahoma. They got Rhymes in motion. Give it again to Wilson. Wilson cuts it over that left side, and he's getting close to his 1st down. He's running in there behind Don Key. Terry Crouch, rather.
Terry Crouch is 6'1" and weighs 275 pounds. They're very wisely giving the ball to their most experienced back, Stanley Wilson, not taking any chance with the sophomores.
Ed Culver's back in there on the left side tackle position as well, having come off for a brief respite.
Here's an indication of Oklahoma's defense only allowing 2 out of 10 3rd down conversions to Southern Cal.
3rd down and a yard. Quarterback Phelps keeps it, goes outside to Buster Rhymes, and Rhymes breaks it to the sidelines and out of bounds across the 30 to the 32.
The execution on the triple option on that play was as pretty as we've seen all day. Taken to the fullback going out and get a block. Number 40. Winters is out ahead of the play along with the defensive end, a pitch downfield because the back Rhymes kept a perfect relationship to the quarterback. Dangerous, but very exciting and successful.
They could have broken a big one. Rhymes now with 63 yards in the ball game. Here's Phelps back to throw it over the middle. He goes. He's got a man wide open. That's Grayson. Now Grayson's getting some help. And he is inside the 30 to the Southern California 27.
I think we must explain that Oklahoma only throws deep when their split receiver comes back and says, hey, coach, they're not covering me. And here's a typical example. They get so rocked to sleep by supporting the run, Grayson gets in behind Browner for the 2nd time. Let's watch it again. Grayson comes back. He's been told, coach, to come back and tell me when Browner is playing me too tight. And it's exactly what he did in another big play for Oklahoma.
Browner is out of there now, and Darrell Hopper has gone in at the cornerback position. And the Sooners go back to the attack. Look out! Southern California's got another fumble. John Harvey covered it. That's 9 fumbles, and they've lost 5.
Phelps was pulling away from the center too quickly. All his fault. Barry's trying to calm him down.
My gosh, if they ever play a football game when they don't fumble it,
What would the
Frank,
score be?
They might score 100 points.
Listen, they had scored 100 against me when I was coaching, but I've seen some of the Wishbone teams play a perfect game, and there's no way to stop them. There it is again. Pulling away from the center too quickly.
Southern California from the 28. Marcus Allen, and a penalty flag goes down as Allen reverses his field and comes this way. I think they're called SC before that play really ever started.
Yes, that rule that they put in about 4 years ago, if an offensive lineman moves before the snap, it's a dead ball. You cannot refuse the play. It's a dead ball. You have to take the penalty. There the fumble's lost. 5. Coaches figure that up not only is about 40 yards per fumble, but momentum and opportunities to score.
Movement in the line prior to the snap. It's still first down.
Steve, I would think that Southern Cal is going to have to open up a little bit more if they're going to move quickly down the field.
5:20 to go in the third quarter. The ball is back at the 23. First down and 15. Allen. No, sir. No, sirree. Johnny Lewis, the nose guard or middle guard, came across to get it. So they've been hunting Marcus all day, and now they're starting to find him.
What happens on the Southern Cal offense, Keith, I think our fans should keep this in mind, on first down, because of the uncertainty of the defense, they do not call a play in the huddle. They say, check with me at the line. They go up to double coverage, they go into their run game. Single coverage, they go into the pass game.
And Allen's going out right now, hobbling. Walking very slowly off the field by himself. That's put Fred Crutcher into the lineup at tailback. And the fullback McClanahan runs into two big white shirts up around the original line of scrimmage. The white shirts being occupied by Messrs. Rick Bryan and Jackie Shipp.
Continuing on with the strategy of Southern Cal, John Robinson told me his quarterback Mesa had not thrown in the middle. Oklahoma is double covering the receivers, daring him to throw the ball in the middle, which is dangerous.
He is 0 for 3 in this quarter. Allen is off the field right now. Kamana comes wide to the left side at 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Oklahoma leading by 3, 17-14.
Again, double coverage on the wide receivers.
He has nobody in the middle to throw to. Oh, it ricochets and it is caught by the fullback McClanahan, but he is well short of the first down. The ball ricocheted off Steve Whaley and into the hands of the USC fullback, but it is still fourth down and a lot of yards.
What's happened on this occasion, double covering the wide receivers. The tight end is trying to get across the middle. He cannot get there. And we can see the ball is deflected off of Whaley into McClanahan's arm. Oklahoma is there to make the play.
Sooners ought to get real good field position because Pryor, who's not a long kicker, the average does not reflect it. He's got to kick it into a wind. No pressure. He gets a good kick away this time, but Watts, fair catches. The Sooners are operating now from up around their 27. That was a 46-yard punt by Pryor. So he did get a good one when he had to have one.
And the freshman Watts was in there again to cover to catch the punt.
So we've got 3:03 to play in the third quarter. The Sooners have the ball and a 3-point lead. This is the first time the new Goodyear Blimp Columbia has been used for a television event. It's been operating since the 23rd of July this year. Captain Tom Mattis at the controls as Oklahoma goes to the attack with Darrell Shepard back in there at quarterback. And his speed, he outran a USC pursuer and got it around the corner.
As Keith mentioned, pure speed made the play successful. We'll see a lot of Darrell Shepard. He hasn't fumbled the ball. He's a senior. He's staying in behind the center, as Steve Davis mentioned earlier, where Phelps was pulling out. 3 times Phelps has pulled out early and fumbled the ball.
Rockford is the wide man for Oklahoma. Wilson inside. Stanley to the 40. And the first down play is good for about 3 yards. You know who's coming off that ball with some authority, too, Frank, is that Oklahoma center, Bill Bechtel. He's popping out of there.
Keith, he's a starter from last year, and he has to make the key block on the fullback play, as you mentioned. He's got to block the nose guard by himself, and I believe that Stanley Wilson, number 32, is injured.
No, it's more cramps, maybe. He's grabbing the back of his leg. It looked kind of like the last time that he came out of the ball game.
Well, I bet they don't give the ball to Ledbetter the first time in the ball game. I would hope that they would maybe give the ball to all the halfbacks.
That is Weldon Ledbetter, number 43 in there, a junior out of St. Louis. Jerome Ledbetter is also on this Oklahoma football team. 3 possessions by the Sooners here in the third quarter, and 3 times they have fumbled it away.
That's been the key to the ball game so far in this third quarter. Oklahoma's defense turning Southern Cal back.
Second down and 7. Darrell Shepard. And Shepard is brought down by number 45, Marvin Williams of Southern California. May have another first down.
Bill Bechtel, number 51, has the key block in the wishbone. He doesn't know where the ball is going to the fullback up the middle or outside, so he has to sustain his block either on the guard or the linebacker. Here he is cutting off from the weak side, making the block, shielding the defensive man from the play beautifully.
Change being brought on for the measurement to see whether or not the Sooners have another first down. They've turned away Southern California twice now, when it looked like the Trojans might be able to stick it in the end zone. Oklahoma defense has played very well in the third quarter.
Steve, one of the toughest things for a defense to do is come off one play thinking they just stopped them and then have to go back after another play and stop them again.
Third down and about the length of the football.
In coaching ranks, you would say that's character.
The down linemen for Southern California have been pretty quiet today, haven't they?
Yes, they have. Dennis Edwards and Atika have shown up a few times. Even Banks has been pretty quiet.
Third down, short. Quarterback Shepard keeps it. He's got a first down. He goes over the left side behind Crouch in the center. Story that we gave you earlier, Nolan Ryan no-hit the Los Angeles Dodgers today, and he now is in the history book all by himself with 5 career no-hitters.
Keith, hadn't he had 4 or 5 one-hitters and went down about the 8th and 9th inning?
Yep. And he gets it going. Whew. From the 49, Shepard back to throw it. Goes over the middle. He's got a man. Pass is caught at the Southern California. Well, no, it's not caught. Didn't hold on. Waved it off.
Another one called it complete.
Yeah, I saw the man call it complete. Now let's see. That's Rockford went sliding under the ball, and they're going to give it to him.
I think the umpire was in front of the ball. Let's judge it again. Rockford, number 2, coming across the middle on the post route. Being covered by Hooper, who is now covering the 101 instead of Browner. They made a substitute and change that. Let's see.
He didn't catch it.
Ball's on the ground without possession.
He did not catch it. And
the officials must have heard us.
Well, you know what? I'm looking here for my rundown of the officials to tell you who they are. The umpire, I think, is the man that waved it off, wasn't it? That's Bob Holliday. If it was Bob, he is a Big 8 conference official, and he was the man down in that neighborhood, and he did not have possession.
He's juggling the ball. The ball hits the ground before he gets possession. That's incomplete.
So I believe it was a Big 8 man that stood by his call. Not good. The ball comes back to the 49. We're at second down and 10.
Rock was open. It was a pass was just a little bit low.
It is Rhymes, the second man, and he reaches the Southern California 48.
Southern Cal claiming fumble again, but I don't believe that he did.
Take that off your arm. Let's go.
What's once again, Oklahoma has not punted in the football game. Times that they didn't score, they fumbled.
Inside a minute to go now in the third quarter. Rockford is back in there at wide receiver.
One-on-one coverage again on Rockford.
Back to throw it. Gets it in the air. The pass is complete to Rockford, and Rockford's got an Oklahoma first down as he takes it out over there at the Southern California 37.
There's no reason not to be in double coverage on this particular situation. You can still play the run. You can see that Brown is going to come in the picture very late, number 47, way off of him, covering him deep, knowing that Oklahoma knowing that he was after being beaten a couple of times already.
Troy West, Rover, never in play.
He was underneath, held by the fake to the fullback and the threat of the option.
Well, the Sooners are operating now at the Southern California 37. Shepard rides the fullback, pulls it out, keeps it, goes upfield to the 30, 29, 28.
Sensational run by Darrell Shepard. He absolutely should have made nothing on the play. But just because of his speed, he was able to get outside and then turn up. Let's watch it again. Here's the lead play. The block by Williams, he just knocked the defensive end on the ground, and then Shepard cuts back, and Williams misses him. Finally goes down for a nice gain, 9 yards.
Ball is inside the 28 of Southern California. Shepard now 11 carries and 44 yards.
Keith, we've got to give credit to Chet Winters, the number 40, the right halfback. He's the one that's making the key block on all of these runs by the quarterback.
So the third quarter is over. 17-14 Oklahoma leading. We'll continue after this commercial message and the word from our local station. 15 minutes to play in the football game. Oklahoma with the ball. Second down and a yard. The football is down at the Southern California 28. And Shepard gives to Ledbetter the fullback, and he gets the Oklahoma first down. They'll mark it around the Southern California 26. When the day started, coming off this week's collegiate polls, USC number 1, Oklahoma number 2. First time we've had a head-to-head shootout between 1 and 2 since the 7-9 Sugar Bowl between Penn State and Alabama. And if Oklahoma wins this football game today, Barry Switzer may step up his thinking schedule. He said very clearly he felt he had a team that could win a national championship next year. Well, there's a lot of games to play, tough people to play. But this is a big step for them if they can hold on to it. Darrell Shepard is wrestled down at the 24. Browner and Darby made the tackle, and here are your numbers after 3 quarters of play.
I think the meaning of this is very evident. Oklahoma has dominated the game offensively, except for the red number down to the left. 5 turnovers. It would be more one-sided than it is. Look at their numbers. Very, very impressive with an offensive line doing a great job blocking by the halfbacks and strong running.
USC passing game has not surfaced so far today. Here's Shepard back to throw it. Swings it out to Chet Winters, and Winters is caught, knocked out of bounds. Pretty good pursuit there by USC as they get him short of the line of scrimmage. Penn State beat Nebraska today at Lincoln 30-24. The Huskers are now 1-2 after 3 games. Iowa defeated UCLA at Iowa City, the Bruins' first loss, 20-7. Michigan beat Navy 21-16. Ohio State trying to hold off a comeback by Stanford, now 24-19. It was 24-6 that ball game. And North Carolina continuing to roll along as well. Mississippi State a big win today over Florida. Third down, 11 for Oklahoma. And we have the clock being stopped by the referee, John Presley. 13:57 to play in the ball game. The Sooners sitting on a 3-point lead and trying to get some more. All right, third down, 11 yards to go for Oklahoma as play resumes here in the fourth quarter. At the SC 46, Shepard getting pursued, gives it off to Wilson, going the other way. And Wilson gets loose, he gets help, and he is deep inside the 10. He's down at the 9 of Southern California. First and goal to go, Oklahoma. Lindo Byford on that reverse, pulled out and helped him down the sideline.
Some coaches have a knack of the psychological moment to run the gadget play. very best. Beautiful execution in the backfield. Seifert making the key block. Look at the wall of blockers he's got. Wilson going in motion, coming back and carrying the ball for the first down on the double reverse.
First and goal to go Oklahoma at the Southern California 9. The fullback Wilson straight ahead to the 7. Georgia beat South Carolina today, 24-0. Scored a lot of points late. It was 3-0 third quarter, and looks like Wilson is.
Looks like he's got cramps again, Keith.
Yep. Those legs stiffen up, straighten out, and it hurts.
Miserable. Oh, and in hot weather, this happens often.
Minnesota beating Oregon State today. I remember many years ago when Joe Bellino was playing at Navy. They were up at Seattle playing the University of Washington, and Bellino kept going off the field, cramped. So finally, the trainer went over there and took his scissors to his breeches and cut the elastic out of the back, wrapped paper around it. He didn't have any more trouble. The pants were so tight, they were cutting off the blood flow. There's a bit of a surprise right there. Memphis State upsetting Georgia Tech.
Memphis State, Rex Carter has done a good job playing good defense.
So Wilson is helped off the field again. Stanley has 17 carries in today's ball game, good for 89 yards.
And they're all tough carries, right up the middle.
The big difference in this ball game, though, Oklahoma's defense has played so well. That's Shepard keeping it. Oh, he got away! Touchdown! Daryl Shepard. He went right over the top of Clark Williams.
Some people are saying that Buster Rhymes was not a good blocker. Believe me, he made the toughest block that you can ask a back to make, blocking the defensive end, allowing the quarterback to jump outside. And then, of course, let's watch it again on the left. Let's see the blocking and the faking right here on the left side of the. There's the block by the fullback on the end. Now you can see the cutback as Williams, number 45, misses the play. No substitute for speed.
The kick is good. And Oklahoma once again is sitting on a 10-point lead. 24-14. Daryl Shepard. Really impressive. Let's hear from Steve Davis.
Keep the word on the last 6 Oklahoma players. They are having leg cramps, but it's not because of the temperature. It's because of the exertion, and also because they laid down in the dressing room, haven't been taking salt. The trainers really don't know why. They're trying to get all the fluid in them they possibly can. That's the problem right now. The last 6 Oklahoma players out. Keith?
Thank you.
That was an impressive drive by Oklahoma. 74 yards and 14 plays, used up 4 minutes and 55 seconds. Good, hard-nosed football. One gadget play when they need it. Oklahoma is known for the gadget plays in the right time.
13:08 to play in the ball game, and that man right there is looking to get his bunch moving. Marcus Allen.
Keith, I think the surprise is that Southern Cal has not been able to generate any success passing. Therefore, Oklahoma has been able to do much better against the run than anyone participating.
Todd Spencer, Fred Crutcher are the deep people. As you see Mike Keeling up there counting heads now to make sure he's got 10 folks out there to help him. But he's running around barefooted. He didn't want somebody stomping on that foot. Give me the biggest and the meanest out here.
He's kicking into the wind. Southern Cal should have a chance to return it.
Spencer, 3 yards. Got a wedge, breaks out of the wedge now, trying to go outside. He won't get anywhere with that. Now, let's check in with Jim Lampley.
As Keith told you earlier, Stanford, down 24-6 at one point, has closed to within 5 points of Ohio State. If you're a Cardinal fan, the good news is that John Elway is throwing again. 2 fourth-quarter touchdown passes that got Stanford back into it. The bad news is that he has re-sprained his ankle, and now with less than 4 minutes left, Elway is out of the ball game, walking the sidelines, trying to get ready to play again. Back to Keith Jackson.
Thank you, Jim. Here's Southern California now. First down. At their own 26. Give it to Marcus Allen. Allen getting some help from McClanahan, the fullback. Runs it across the 30 to the 35. Gary Lowell brings him down. Allen now with 170 yards in the ball game.
He is brilliant football player. Watch his determination. He now knows he has more patience. He watches the blocking better. McClanahan, number 31, knocks an Oklahoma player, Sonja, out. He turns back, he lowers his head and falls for the close to the first down.
They're a yard short of the first down. Ramada in motion. Give it to the fullback, and McClanahan gets the first down up to the 39. I would say he's not quite as fluid as an O.J. Simpson. Perhaps not quite as graceful, though I think he's more active this year than he was a year ago, and John Robinson indicated that. He doesn't have the sheer burning speed, perhaps, of an Anthony Davis or a Charles White, but he is bigger and he is stronger, and he was a quarterback in high school.
That's
so
what
he can throw the option play.
I was going to mention his only run of this nature in college. It wasn't a running back in high school that I could ever remember.
He's got it again. He splits the left side to the 46. And he's 3 yards short of the first down.
I think we should let the viewers keep in mind that Oklahoma continues to double cover receivers, meaning there's a man in short in front and one behind, forcing the running game or passes to the middle.
Time, obviously, the ally of Oklahoma. As you see what we'll have for you next week, we'll announce the games early in the week after we've assessed what has happened today. Second down at about 3. Drop the ball. And Mazur has to come back and cover it. The pitch out was behind Allen. Bad pitch.
That was a tough break, something that they didn't need at this stage of the game. They had some momentum. Now it's third down. 2nd and 1. Lose the ball. That 8-yard loss.
3rd down and 8. Just outside the 40. Mazur has all day over the middle. Simmons. And he's got it up.
As we see it from the end zone, watch the poise of John Mazur. Looking to the receiver, sees it wide open, puts the ball right on the numbers where Simmons could catch it. Watching Simmons run his route, trying to get in behind the linebackers. Open area in behind the linebackers, 47. Completion and the first down.
Ball is on the Oklahoma 43. Allen with it. Up the middle he goes. To the 37. He got 6 yards.
Keith, how does he take so much punishment and stay in the ball game? He's got to be tired. He's got to be bruised. He's got to be sore. But he keeps coming back. Marcus Allen.
I'm not so sure. I know in the case of Juice when he played here now, and most of the USC tailbacks, most of them are so slippery. They don't take you on head up. You don't really get the straight-on shot on them too many times. But you're right, you got to get tired eventually. Allen again. This time the Sooners get him. That's a big play by number 50, Mike Riley, the senior from Miami of Florida.
Mike Riley was the hero of the victory over Nebraska on short yardage. Twice in the ball game he stopped Nebraska without the first down, making 22 tackles in that key victory to ensure the championship in the Orange Bowl bid last year. Very emotional player. Number 50, Mike Riley.
3rd down and 7 for Southern California. 9.5 minutes to play in the game. Oklahoma leading by 10 points.
Wide open in the middle.
Simmons again, he dropped the ball. He hit him right on the number. Pass was not that well thrown. Jeff Simmons was coming across absolutely, totally wide open, and he had to slow down and reach back for it. But we'll show you in a minute, I think, what happened to Mazur.
Looks like Simmons' feet went out from up under him, Keith, and caused him to drop the ball.
Well, the problem Mazur was having was a fellow named Slater. And I mean, Slater turned him upside down. It is 4th down and 7. Still gets the catch. Over the middle he goes. Gets him this time. Same play. Same pitcher, same catcher.
And about the same throw, except this time Simmons held on to it. Throwing in the middle, is dangerous, but you have to do it on certain defenses. This time they went man-to-man up front, and Simmons got wide open. Let's watch Simmons run the pattern. See how he got open. You can see that the cornerback who was supposed to cover him slipped down. He's wide open. He nurses the ball in and kicks for the completion.
And a first down at the Oklahoma 22. Allen spinning around and going to the 15 for 7. The crowd, 85,651, and it's the largest crowd that Oklahoma has ever played before. They drew over 84,000 back in 1973 when Steve Davis was the quarterback. About 20,000 of this bunch Oklahomans that traveled out here. How many more, we don't know.
Look at Marcus Allen, Keith. He's close to 200 yards. First 2 games, he reached it.
McClanahan, the fullback, trying for the first down. He's close. Shipp was there to hit him with Lowell for Oklahoma. There's the time remaining. 24-14, Sooners lead.
Keith, let's give praise to the Southern Cal offensive line. They are doing a magnificent job of sustaining their blocks, opening up some holes for Allen and their fullback, McClanahan.
But I am equally impressed with the Oklahoma defense, particularly here in the second half. When the USC had Oklahoma laying the ball on the ground 3 times, they lose it. The defense didn't give up a single point.
I'd say the Oklahoma defense came of age, even though they got 5 sophomores and a freshman.
It's a first down for USC. The ball is on the Oklahoma 12.
This ball game is far from being over. 2 resourceful coaches, outstanding teams, rich tradition. Trouble only lasts a short time. They expect to win. Both of these teams do.
Allen, no place to go except down. Mike Riley, 50, was the man that got him behind the line of scrimmage. Marcus wanted to go left. Oklahoma overplaying him that way, and there was just no place to go.
That's what you call guessing right on defense. They took a chance that was decided they were going to run. There's the Oklahoma coaches. And you can expect the pass. 2nd and long. Oh, they're great coaches. Look at their record. Barry Switzer, close to 90%. John Robinson in 2nd place. 85% of his games have been victories for Southern Cal.
Ball is on the 19-yard line. 2nd down. Frazier goes over the middle. Too high. Pass incomplete. He waited a little too long. He had Malcolm Moore, who made that brilliant catch at the closing minute of the first half to set up USC's 2nd touchdown. And that time, Major just waited too long.
You're right, Keith. He had Moore coming across, who's 6'5", wanted to give him a good target coming across the middle. That's John Robinson. I don't know of anybody in America that I'd rather have in this situation calling plays, in which he's doing this year, by the way, Keith. He's not letting them be called from the booth. He's calling them himself.
3rd and 17 at the 19. Is caught by Simmons. Yes, Simmons makes his 2nd big catch in this possession for Southern California.
The amazing thing to me is that Oklahoma linebackers will not drop. They seem to be just seeking a short yards rather than getting a deep drop. Look how wide open Simmons is as he comes across the middle. Nobody around. You would think the linebackers would be back on the particular play, 3rd and 17, if you had to line them up 10 yards deep.
It is 4th down, however, and a yard. The ball is at the 3.
Will they go for the play-action pass to score it on? No. And a new formation.
Strong right. Allen over the top. Touchdown. is hold. Tinsley is a quarterback. High snap. Kick is good. Jeff Simmons, Stern's hero in that possession for Southern California, took him off the hook on 2 big plays, and the Trojans are back in the ball game.
The football is wide open and exciting in the Pacific 10 Conference, but the Pac-10 excels in all sports as well as in the classroom. Academics and athletics go hand in hand in making the Pac-10 the Conference of Champions.
Crowd of more than 85,000 in the Los Angeles Coliseum. 6 minutes and 37 seconds to play in the ball game. Southern California kicking off to Oklahoma. Oklahoma leading by a score of 24-21. The ball is in the air. It is high and it is short. And it is Buster Ryan. Drilled around the 20. Watch this catch by Jeff Simmons now. Twice he made the big plays. He caught the ball when he had to catch it twice.
That's just a clutch player. Simmons, watch him. He watches the ball in. He knows the ball. He's open. The ball's coming. He cradles the ball in and rolls over so there's no way he can be incomplete. And then Marcus Allen starting to the left. Look at the blocking. The momentum there definitely. And he cuts back in favor of Southern Cal. Goes in very easily for the touchdown.
Oklahoma now with Darrell Shepard at quarterback. First down at the 20. Shepard on and up. Gets around the corner. Gets great blocking. And he has finally run out of bounds. But what blocking he got from the right side of that line, that includes Chet Winters.
And we said earlier, no substitute for speed. Darrell Shepard is fast. Oh my goodness, he got outside when it didn't look like he had a chance, Keith.
He picked up 11 yards. Now you get an idea of what USC had done defensively coming into this ball game, but look at what Oklahoma has done to the USC defense today.
Oklahoma has played a sensational game except for the 5 lost fumble.
Shepard gives it off to Ledbetter, the fullback. Weldon takes it from the 31 out to close to the 37 for about 6. So they bite off a big chunk on first down.
Well, we need to keep in mind Southern Cal needs to desperately stop them. They've changed their defensive theory. They're coming up close. There's no one deep in the backfield, knowing that Oklahoma is likely to try to keep the ball on the ground. They're making every effort they can to stop this running attack of Oklahoma. Look at them, Keith. They're right up on the line, all out to one man.
Yep, 10 people up on the line. Shepard delivers it outside. The ball gets loose, but it's picked up. Oh, my goodness, Alvin Ross almost lost. That's a fella, when Barry Switzer was recruiting him, he slept on the couch. So he'd be the first man at the front door the next morning.
Well,
his autograph.
We all have done that a little bit, Keith. Barry more often than anybody. I want to comment. Barry Switzer works harder at recruiting today than any head coach in America. He hasn't lost his zest and enthusiasm for recruiting the great football players. And that was a freshman that he had in the ball game that dropped that pass and Lattle picked it up.
Third down and 3. It goes to Buster Rhymes, cuts it back. Big, strong youngster, and he's close to a first down.
He did not make it, Keith. Lacked the foot. 4th down and 1.
Well, you've got 5:20 to play in the ball game.
They're going to punt the ball. Let Southern Cal start with it deep in their end of the field if they possibly can.
This will be the first punt in the football game by Oklahoma. The first one.
They've either scored or fumbled on every possession.
Michael Keeling is out to punt it. Put on a shoe to punt it.
Catch the ball.
Browner and Shannon are deep. I think that's 5 yards too much time.
I couldn't believe that Oklahoma took too much time. Southern Cal is not trying to block the ball. They've got about 5 men up on the line. It looks like they've got a return called.
Exceeding the 25-second count offense. It's still 4th down.
4:46 to play in the ball game.
Believe me, 5 yards right now can mean a big difference in the football game.
Kick is away, and it's a good one. Fair catch by Tim Shannon back at the 22 of Southern California. So, with 4.5 minutes to play, Southern California has the ball. Well, it's pretty much put up time if you're a Trojan. And if you're a Sooner, you want to adopt a prayerful stance, I think, right here. It goes to Allen. Marcus Allen moves it up to the 27. He got the better part of 6 yards on the carry.
Keith, I think we should keep in mind that Southern Cal has moved twice this distance to score in this ball game. In the first quarter, 79-yard drive, and then in this quarter, 74 yards. So they can do it. They've done it twice.
Marcus Allen now 36 carries for 183 yards. Keith Jackson, Frank Royals, Steve Davis with us on the sidelines. Number 1, USC. Number 2, Oklahoma, having at it at the Coliseum. It goes to the Southern California fullback. He looks like he might be a little short of the first down. Todd Spencer's in there at fullback right now. It has been a war from the very beginning. It was thought that these very likely were among the top 5 teams in the country. They have played that way.
I agree. They played like champions, like they have for many, many years in tough ball games. They give their very best effort, as we're going to see a measurement for the possible first down.
The chains are coming on the field now, and there's the time remaining in the ball game, 3:50, and the chain stretches out. It'll first down Southern California. Oklahoma 24, Southern Cal 21. Because of the lateness of the hour, there will be no scoreboard show for you. We'll run into some late scores, but right now our primary task is to define what's going on. Mike Riley out, limping. Orlando Flanagan in at defensive end, Oklahoma. It seems the game may be resting in this possession. Marcus Allen cuts it back up the middle, gets blocking. Looks for the sidelines, gets out there, gets out of bounds, up around midfield. So it'll be another USC first down at midfield with 3:23 to play in the game. Gary Lowell made the stop, and Marcus Allen has now gone over 200 yards.
This is a called cutback play. Watch him plant his feet. Look at the blocking of the Southern Cal offensive line has provided for Marcus Allen on this very critical play, and he performs right down the field for another first down. Sensational football play. Tommy Lowell brings him down.
Allen is now the 5th man to run for 200 yards in 3 successive games. The fullback. And not much there for Todd Spencer.
Keith, this brings memories back. Twice I saw Southern Cal, once against Notre Dame and once against UCLA. Move the length of the field and win the ball game in the last second. Look at Marcus Allen. What a performance. What a performance he's had today. That's sensational. Got to be tired.
Second down and 9.
Still double covering the wide receivers.
Allen with the ball. Breaks it over the right side. Breaks it. Penalty flag goes down. You got a penalty flag down after a big gain by Allen inside the 30. But hold on.
Keith, it obviously is defensive holding back on the 45-yard line. Yes, it is.
It's offensive.
I meant offensive holding. I'm sorry.
Oh, that'll take a little wind out of the balloon, won't it? 18-yard pickup wiped out.
The back judge called it all the way back from the 20 yards behind the ball.
California would have had the ball inside the Oklahoma 30.
That's a tough break. Penalty at the wrong time for him.
All the way back to their own 41. Here's the call.
Illegal use of hands. Offense, 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
What a sensational run it was on that play with Allen breaking back, breaking tackles, going in the secondary. Looked like he was going to score.
It is second down and 19 for Southern California.
One of the officials has asked for a timeout and a discussion.
Now they're ready.
They should start the clock again on the penalty. College, they start the clock. Don't wait for the snap.
2.5 minutes to play. Second down, 19. Mazer to throw it. Gets it off to Simmons. He's got it. He caught it at the Oklahoma 34. 26 yards.
What a sensational throw by Mazer. The toughest in football. Throwing the ball out on a down and out pattern, right for the sideline. Look at the tight spiral. Right on target. And again, Simmons cradles the ball in where he couldn't miss it.
And he's hurt.
Watch it again. Watch the pattern. Good fake down the middle. He's back to the outside, and yes, the defensive number 19 is fooled on the play. Oklahoma's defensive back Stanberry got fooled on the play. Could have been a face mask there, too.
Simmons is up now and walking. He was sort of in an awkward position as he fell. He has caught 4 passes for 77 yards.
And most of them in the critical clutch situation.
You have 2:07 to play in the ball game. The time now, so important. First down, Southern California at the Oklahoma 34.
Southern Cal has 3 timeouts left.
Marcus Allen looking for a hole. Finds a little to the 27 of Oklahoma. A little, that's 7 yards. Now the time, so precious, running away.
Keith, they've got to use their timeouts and go to the air if they're going to win, I believe. Don't believe they can pop the play all the way down. The clock is too much of a factor.
They do have 3 timeouts remaining. Second down and 3 from the Sooner 27.
Watch the cutback play. Here it comes.
To the 25 for Marcus Allen. Now they've got to call time. And they do. So you have 1:11 to play. 71 seconds remaining to play in the ball game. Southern California has the ball at the Oklahoma 26, trailing by 3. 1 minute, 11 seconds to play in the ball game. Number 1, number 2, battling it out. There is one thing that we've not talked about that's been very obvious in all of our minds. The wind is at the back of Southern California. If they go down to the final seconds of the game, do you kick the field goal and go for the tie and still stay in the hunt for a national championship? One would think yes, but that's down the road. Third down and 2 from the 26 of Oklahoma. Mix-up on it looked like as the quarterback Mazer, maybe not a mix-up, maybe it was planned. He sure delayed a long time, but I think maybe Marcus Allen might have gone the wrong way.
Well, what happened? Marcus Allen slipped. When he slipped, when the Mazer turned around, Keith, and Allen wasn't there, he didn't know what to do, so he did the wise thing, went back to the weak side.
I think he got a first down.
Smart play on the sophomore, John Mazer, who didn't play it down last year, not one down, but is a fine prospect in the mold of a lot of Southern Cal quarterbacks.
Oh, look at this. They're short.
What this means, they've got to go to make the first down and use a timeout, I guess, Keith. Hurts them as far as the timeout is concerned, and with some seconds on the clock to have to run 4th down.
59 seconds to play. 59.
Holy cow.
The double tight end for SC.
And the clock starts.
55. The quarterback.
Good call.
He's got it. Now they've got to call time. That'll leave them one more.
The clock will stop on the first down. Let's see if they go to their 2-minute offense.
They almost have to call time, Frank. You've only got 46 seconds remaining.
They haven't called it yet. They're waiting. Let's see. The official is starting the clock. They have not called it. 2 timeouts left.
I tell you, that's skinning the pole pretty tight, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But he's been here before. Now they're calling, but they wasted 12 seconds on the clock.
Wasted 12 seconds. Wasted 12 seconds. From 46 seconds down to 34. Fiddling around, and it's first down at the 22.
Going back to what we talked about the field goal, Keith, is John Robinson, who's been here before. He knows what to do if he can pull it off. The field goal will be important. Now, I agree with you that if it comes down to the last resort, the last play in long yardage, they might go for the tie, but they've won championship, national championship with 1 loss and a tie on another occasion.
This could be a year when a national champion will have a loss, the way things are going.
But hadn't it been a great ball game? Lived up to all expectations. We talked earlier about Oklahoma's fumble, but they stayed in there. Giving credit to the defense. Young, 6 sophomores. Southern Cal's offense coming back time after time, staying in there. And now threatening to either win or tie the football game.
Last time they played was a 7-7 draw here.
In Barry Switzer's first year as the head football coach.
It would be a man-sized field goal try if they have to kick it out from in this neighborhood. But remember, the wind is at his back.
It would be a 40-yarder.
All right.
Watch the pass over the middle. That's what Oklahoma's got to defend.
34 seconds to play. First down, Southern California. 22-yard line of Oklahoma. Measures back. Nobody over the middle. Goes for the corner instead. No!
Goodness gracious, it was close.
Then Marcus Allen out of the backfield. He had his hands on it. He had double coverage.
The ball was perfectly thrown. I think it was thrown the only place it could have possibly been caught. Watch how he keeps the ball over the first back end and outside of the second. Look at it. Right there. Perfectly thrown, but a great play by Whaley. Number 57, the defensive end. Sensational play. Covering man for man on Marcus Allen. 30 seconds left.
Second down.
Over the middle.
Incomplete. That time, Jeff Simmons was covered like a blanket by Darrell Sunji.
Oh, was he ever. Sensational defense play. Had it man for man in a coverage that we call 5 underneath man, and he's going to go with him anywhere he goes. Obviously, he thinks he's going in the middle. 16, Sunji coming back. Watch this play. He has the ball, and the receiver's responsibility is to strip it, not allow the interception. That's the receiver's responsibility. They're trained and schooled to do that. Great play to prevent the interception.
25 seconds to play. Third down. He's got a man over the middle. Complete at the 6. Clock stops at 17 seconds. 17 seconds. Southern California with 1 timeout remaining. First and goal to go. That play good for 16 yards. It was Malcolm Moore who made the catch.
But give credit to the line, giving him time to come all the way across. Moore came all the way across to get open. Oklahoma very wisely takes time out. Let's watch it again. Watch the throw that this young man makes. Number 11, John Mason, has plenty of time, and he waits for Moore to come across the middle. The ball is right on the number. He couldn't miss it. Young sophomore, very poised. Let's watch Moore and see how he got across. As Hayworth, number 6, is covered in man for man, but he's beaten right now. And very wisely, the ball is thrown out in front. Perfectly thrown, right on the money for the completion and setting up. Southern Cal on the 6-yard line. Oh, I can't take it. Boy, does this get tight.
That's why you're sitting up here with me.
Oh, you're right. Oh, my. Been there a few times. Look at Mason. 12 out of 22, 144 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interception. Remarkable performance for this young man.
each team with one timeout remaining in the ball game. You have 17 seconds to play. First down, Southern California. That's a long 6. That's almost closer to 7 yards, really.
They may
double wide to the left side.
They may run one time, but they probably will throw 4 times if they can. Yep, they're rolling out.
Major under pressure. He has a man. It is incomplete. Throwing for Marcus Allen. And he was just off his fingers. Just off his fingers. That's a tough pass to throw.
Tom Benson, the linebacker, was trying to cover. What Southern Cal did go in the triple wing, meaning they put 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. 2 Keith broke inside, letting Allen break outside and behind him, and he was screened clear and wide open, but the pass was long. 12 seconds left. Oh, my goodness, what does Oklahoma do?
In this quarter, Southern California snapped it 26 times, Oklahoma just 7, whereas OU dominated the third quarter.
Oklahoma.
So the Sooners call their last time out of the ball game.
Can you believe 2 great football teams can play their heart out like this and come down to the last less than 10 seconds for one team to win and the other one to possibly lose? This is the tradition of both of these fine schools, their teams, and their coaching staffs.
All right, in 12 seconds, how many passes can you throw?
You can throw 3 if you don't get tackled below. They're short passes, Keith. The ball doesn't start until the ball is snapped. So you can get 3 passes in. You got to avoid the loss at all costs. You avoid taking the loss. Oklahoma has got to somehow apply some pressure to Mesa.
But they haven't been able to do that much.
No, they haven't, and they rolled out on the last pass to avoid any blitzes, giving Mesa some time to maybe throw the pass accurately, but he was a little bit long for the winning points. Look at Switzer. I know how he feels.
24, Oklahoma. 21, Southern California. 12 seconds to play.
I think this takes about 5 years off your life. At least, this kind of game.
Yeah, but it's fun to see.
It is fun. It's great for college football. The number 1 and number 2 teams in the nation battling like this down to the last 10 seconds.
All right.
Marcus Allen is in the flanker position.
Malcolm Moore is wide. So they put Allen up in the slot. Major back. He's looking. He throws for Allen. It's tipped in the air, and it is incomplete.
How lucky can Oklahoma be? Number 84 deflected the ball thinking that Cornwell was throwing to him, but he was throwing the ball to Allen, who was wide open. And Cornwell, number 84, gets his hands in the way. The ball is thrown to Allen, who was wide open for the touchdown.
So USC responsible there themselves for the incompletion. Cornwell almost had no chance to catch the ball.
He was not throwing. He wasn't even looking for Cornwell. If he'd left him, look how wide open Allen is.
Allen's all alone. Can you believe it? 9 seconds to play. Third down. This may be it. Major. He's open. Running for the corner. Throws it. Touchdown. Cornwell. He redeemed himself.
victory.
Unless Oklahoma answers with a big one on the kickoff. Again, another look at it.
Watch the scrambling ability, the poise, the fact that he doesn't get panicked. He's not shaken.
The protection.
All the way, and all he's got to do is lay it out there. Oh, how sweet it is for Southern Cal, and how tough it is.
That is only the second catch that Cornwell has made in his career at Southern California. And he's looking at his quarterback all the time, realizing that he's in trouble. And he should be. He is coached to go that way, and he did.
Beautiful play. Scrambling wins many football games.
The kickoff comes skittering down the field. Picked up by Buster Rhymes, and he's capable of breaking it, but he will not this time. As the Trojans bring him down at the 40. And Southern California has come from behind to win in the last seconds of the ball game by a score of 28-24. The two coaches meeting in the center of the field, and it was a marvelous college football game.
Two great football teams, expertly coached, brilliantly played, except for a few fumbles by Oklahoma, as John Robinson congratulates his players and some of Oklahoma. What a resourceful football coach John Robinson is. He has the type of offense that when they get behind, they can come back and win, and that's the reason his winning percentage is second in the nation. What a great football game, as you said. You couldn't ask for any more from the number 1 and number 2 teams in America. Neither team can be ashamed of that performance.
The numbers on Marcus Allen, for those of you who have followed him, he went for 209 yards today, and he got 93 of them in the fourth quarter. Now the Southern California football team will go across, and they will stand in front of the band and the student section. There they will celebrate a victory that Trojans will talk about a long time. Bitter pill for the Oklahoma Sooners. They played a brilliant ball game. They did turn the ball over 5 times. And it's sometimes pretty hard to win against a quality team when you do that.
Very definitely. Oklahoma has won many times, turning it over 5 times, but against a team like Southern Cal, they wouldn't quit. 2 or 3 times, Keith, I thought Southern Cal was on the ropes. But they have so much tradition that when trouble sets in, it's only brief and short. They come right back because of the winning tradition. Great performance, and a happy John Robinson.
Well, I would say the MVPs of the ball game, and this is one of those games where you just had to go to the last gasp. I got to give it to Mason.
I do too. The young sophomore kept his poise, was unshakable. There he is, right there, John Mason.
13 out of 25 for 149 yards, including that pressure-packed winning touchdown throw. 5 out of 10 in the fourth quarter. And for Oklahoma, I thought Darrell Shepard played well enough to be called an MVP for them.
Very definitely. He played a great game, used his speed, kept his team in the ball game, moving it up and down.
So, the Trojans are celebrating. The Sooners are disappointed. 28-24 USC.